What's up, you guys? This is just a just a random hangout, chill, whatever. I might do some channel messages depending on how I feel. So it's early. I don't know if I expect too many people to be on right now. Let's see. Had to cleanse my space. People out here trying me. What's up? Her positive vibes. How are you? Tigress Tarot. What's up? What's up, Selena? Yeah, so it's just a random chill. I might do random channel messages. I'm not gonna do any personal pulls or anything like that. If I do a reading, it's for everybody, like one collective reading, so no personal things and stuff like that. If y'all want a personal reading, y'all know where to find me. Blessings right back at you tenfold. Thank you. It's my purple light. It's my chill mode today. I don't have anything to do today. My daughter, she's away with her dad this weekend, so I'm chilling. I'm not doing nothing today. I'm good. I'm chilling. What's up, Conscious Souls, Afro Latina? What's up? Saraya, is that how you pronounce it? Feeling good, what's up? Crystal, what's up? Jessica, what's up? What's up, Kat? Taylor, what's up? I won't do any pool, like personal pulls. I might do like a channel message for everybody. What's up, Ebony? But I will not do personal. If you guys want personal reading, y'all know where to find me. Y'all know where to hit me up at. But what's I gonna say? Yeah, so we're just chilling right now, you guys. Anybody that has a topic, like a channel message topic that you guys would like to look at, like just for everybody that might be beneficial to whomever's in the chat and who may come in and watch later, you know. Okay, what's up, Candy? Oh, I haven't heard from you in a minute, Candy Kindred. Yeah, I do. I do need a chill day. Like, just energetically unplug sometimes. Even when I'm, like, not doing anything, I still have my energy running on E, and I need to stop that. I have a question, because I feel like most of you guys are well aware of certain things, like, spiritually. Does anybody, does anybody know what are good tips to protect your energy? What is a good, like, from psychic protection? Like, psychic protection, like, what's your biggest go-to? Like, anybody out there, because I know somebody out there is knowledgeable. So, like, what is your biggest thing? Because, like, I'm, like, as an intuitive or an empath, I'm pretty sure that you guys can pick up energy. I can tell when people are trying to invade my energy space. I can tell when people are trying to manipulate my energy. So that's why I'm asking. And the thing about it is, like, when you kind of dabble into spirituality, you attract people who are also spiritual, but that doesn't mean that everybody, when they practice spirituality, they're doing the right thing. Some people are, you know, some people do things to manipulate you. So I, for one, can tell when people are trying to manipulate my energy lately. It's been very strong. Oh, I have one. It's in my mojo bag somewhere. I have a bag that I sleep with under my pillow. It has crystals. Um, Egg cleansing. Okay. Psalms 37. Okay. You guys, I don't know, Kat, what you're talking about. Like, if it's a personal reading or if it's any reading. If it doesn't, like, the thing about it, like, when we watch certain readings, we want them to resonate with us. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. And if something was given to you in a personal reading that something could possibly happen and it didn't happen, that's your free will choice whether you want it to manifest or not. Like, tarot readers, oracles, like we're not like magic wands, you know what I mean? Like, we're not here to tell you the future. At least me, I'm not here to tell you the future. I will give you like different paths, different roads you can take, the possibilities of different things, but that's just a big deal. What is it? Anyway, what was I gonna say? But yeah, the egg thing, I've heard about the egg. That's something I heard about doing before. The white light. Saging only works so long. That's one thing I know. I do have a prayer that I go to. It's Isaiah. One of the Isaiah prayers. I write it down. I keep it right here on my reading table and I read it every now and then. I got my sigils and stuff like that. So I guess just the knowledge that I know that somebody is doing something, I can pick it up. That's a blessing enough to know that so I can protect myself even more. So that's a good thing. Um, what's up, Dara? How are you, boo? I'm not doing personals. I'll do like, Crystal, what did you say? Have you ever tried? No, you suggested a reading. I don't know where it is now. I have to go up. But anyway, salt water cleansing. Yeah. What's up, Mamata? Is it Mamata? I don't know how to pronounce it. My bad. Fonzo. My mom is starting a new business. Can anyone send her positive vibes? Oh, my bad. I was reading it wrong. I'm slow, Dara. Of course. Let's visualize your mama getting that stack. Of course. I'm going to send her some green energy, so like some money. Yeah. Oh, something you can take away from this month. My light, I got it from, what's that warehouse place called? Home Depot. It was an expensive light bulb. It was like $8. But it's been with me for like 2 or 3 years now. Oh, I got my Florida water. I rub it on me every now and then. It's the thing about it, I think, like, I'm just aware, and I have to, I guess, be, like, me being aware is enough to be like, okay, Chenoa, we're giving you a heads up with something, so you gotta do it yourself, I guess. Protect yourself more. But yeah, you can get them from Walmart, too. I have, like, black lights. I have a green light. I have a pink light. The pink light doesn't really look pink. It just looks like a fluorescent light. It doesn't really look pink. But yeah. I don't know where I got this dress from, but yeah. I know, that's mean. I always say that. I need to tip my jar, that little jar that when I say bad things about myself, I need to tip it. That's why it's there, so I can be conscious, like, to see, like, what I'm saying about myself that's not nice. Yeah. Yeah. Pick something better, you guys. No offense, Crystal, but like, because we do monthlies. We got monthlies to check into our monthly energies, like something like a topic. So say for instance, I'm not gonna say the B word. I almost did, but like, why are you lying? B, why are you lying? Because my chat, like the best channel messages are like those random titles. Like I be hearing in my head, and like I don't understand what this is about, but they still like may resonate with people. So I'm just like, let me just put it out there because it's so weird. Okay, what's exciting? Career advancement. Right. Career advancement. Mm. Career advancement is cool. Okay. So, I'm sure you guys care about your money and stuff like that. So, current relationship situation. Okay, what's everybody's biggest dilemma in love? Let's just do that. Don't write out a whole story, but just like a little title, like it's complicated, or third party situation, or he's being distant. You know what I mean? Like they're being distant, or you know what I mean? Is he gonna pursue or leave? Okay. Um, are you about the spiritual life? Okay, listen. I'm weak. Alright, let me do like the money thing real quick. Like I'm gonna pull a card for each element. I'm gonna do like, say for instance, fire signs, earth signs, water signs, and air signs for the career advancement part, and then I'll do like a channel message for the other stuff. So for financial and career advancement for all elements, all four elements. First element, fire. What is the major energy or advice surrounding career advancement for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarians? Spirit is funny. Like, they kicked out 3 cards. I just want one big... Okay, never mind. The moon card. I'm going to take that. Okay, so my earth signs, what is their advice for their career advancement, financial area right now? What is their advice? Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, divine spirit. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Page of Swords. Princess's page in this deck. So Page of Swords. Air. What is the advice for air signs? Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for career advancement. What is the advice for them, divine spirit? What is the advice for them? Thank you. Okay, Judgment. Makes the cards look cool. That, I don't know if you guys ever saw this deck. It kind of looks like that in this light, but there's this deck called the Illumined Tarot or something like that. That deck is so dope. Like, the lady, she paints over the Rider-Waite deck with, like, funky psychedelic colors. Sometimes she even puts glitter on them. Yeah, I want some. They're like $60. I have to, like, one day invest in that and see if that's something I really want one day. But, yeah, they're dope. All right. Yeah, the energy attacks, though, are like suggestions. Like, I attract men that, like, want to control my energy, want me to be with them type of energies and stuff. I hate that. And sometimes I know it's not intentional. Some of them, it's not intentional. Some of them know what they're doing. Like, they know what they be doing. Anyway. Last but not least, water. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What is their advice for career advancement at this time, divine spirit? What is their advice for successful career advancement? 7 of Swords. I'm about to put you on timeout. You need to calm down just a little bit, okay? So for the air, or the fire, my bad. This looks so dope to me, kind of, doesn't it? Because the light is making, it's already purple and blue, the card itself. Can't really see it. It's looking kind of funky. Hold on. No, you can't see it. Anyway, so the moon card comes out for you, fire signs, as career advancement. For you, I feel like Spirit is saying there's a pathway open, because it looks like this lobster, whatever this is, red lobster, hey, is trying to go through this path. The path is open. But I feel like, oh, Scorpios. Yeah. I'm cool with Scorpio women. Scorpio men, no. But I'm getting like the pathway open for you. Or there is a pathway that's open for you. but it's like maybe you're not seeing it, or maybe you're not really meant to see where it's going to lead. So I get more like intuitively you need to take some sort of path, fire signs, for career advancement. Like spirit's not going to give you the answer. So say you're at a crossroads, because this looks like a crossroads to me, because there's two dogs here. So there's two different ways you can go about it. Maybe it's two different career options on the table, or I could do this or I could do that. It's something along the lines where you have to make a decision, and spirit's just telling you wherever you're being guided to do or go, just follow that, because it's kind of like you want a safety net, or you want a cushion to tell you that if you do this or if you do that, this is the outcome. The spirit is like, no. Okay. So I feel like it's your career advancement advice is going to be, you're going to have to trust your intuition, even when you don't have enough evidence to back it up, or, even if you're at a crossroads and you have two different options, go with the option, because this is about feelings and emotions. The moon card is about emotions, subconscious emotions. Pisces as well, because this is ruled by Pisces, is like the dreamer energy. It's the intuitive, imaginative energy. So whatever it is that it could even be utilizing your visualization techniques, like to manifest something. But more so than anything, I feel like it's divine guidance or intuitive guidance within you. Like, if you don't have any validation, so what? Just trust what you feel. Go off of that. Page of Swords, which is the Princess of Swords. This is for the earth signs, my fellow earth signs, Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. Career advancement, you guys, is there might be some things, and it looks like an ankh on her dress, but they're swords, but they look like ankhs to me, if I'm pronouncing it right. Like the Egyptian, you know. I don't know. I made a candle, and I put an ankh on it. Can't see it, but you know what I mean. But I feel for earth signs, for you guys, it's like there's something that you guys may be in, I feel like intuitively guided to say. So, especially because Tigress of Tarot, you have, obviously you're intuitive, and if you're working with tarot cards and stuff like that, obviously you have to speak to multiple people. It could be that you need to be fearless with what you're speaking. If you're working in areas of communication, any earth sign is working in areas of communication, or would like to communicate, or being like, say, social work, or public speaking, or writers or bloggers, anything like that, poets, artistry, where you have to express yourself. Spirit say it's something about fearlessness. Some of you guys may have to just show up fearlessly at a job interview. Not sell yourself in a way that you're trying to convince someone, but pretty much like all of your, like, kind of like cutthroat energy. Like you're exceptionally confident in what you know as well. Already what you know, or it could also be advice, could also be affirmations too, as the Page of Swords, affirmations, and being very, very assertive with what you're saying. Be very clear, be very precise. You about to go. Hold on. You're getting on my nerves. I'm just being honest with you. You're hella rude. Yeah. I had to get her off of here because she's rude as hell. And I don't need that energy on here. Judgment. Sorry, I had to skip past the earth signs. But yeah, that was pretty much all I was picking up for you guys, earth. So you have judgment, and this is for the air elements, okay? So air elements, I feel like you guys, this is something about phone calls, okay? I don't always see the judgment card. The judgment card is like phone calls or stuff like that. But in this instance, I'm seeing that right now. You guys got to put yourself out there. For some reason, I'm getting social media too. Like, especially if you haven't been on the job for a while. This could be like stay-at-home moms. This could be like someone who's been unemployed for whatever reason for a minute. That's an air sign. I feel like you guys might need to go through some past references, call up some past, what do you call it? Colleagues, past colleagues, maybe old clients, especially if you want to start your own business. So it's like you kind of do have to go back in your phone book and kind of blow the dust off of it and be like, okay, well, this person was a good employee, or this person, I know that she used to work here, or I know she has ties to this business and she knows about this, or he knows about that. Let me hit this person up. Also, it could be like selling your services online. So if you guys say, for instance, you want to start selling jewelry, you have to put yourself out there some way. The phone book for some reason comes up, Craigslist or something, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. It's like you gotta sell yourself almost, but like you gotta put yourself out there. Like people don't know you're out there until you let them know, like, this is what I have to offer. That's what I'm getting for you. Advice though, key advice, I feel like, with when it comes to your past, look towards your past. My aunt is a Libra, and this sounds like her. I don't know if she'll ever watch this. She watches my YouTube channel sometimes, but this sounds like her. Maybe I need to just pass a message along, because I think I've been giving her that message when she asked about her career, like something similar to that. So it's crazy. Seven of Swords for my water signs. You guys need to be very calculated with your goals and your wishes. Not everything needs to be, everybody needs to be known. Or not everything needs to be known. Not everything that you have planned or want or desire needs to be told to people. You know what I mean? Sometimes certain things have to be like meditated on first. Like not every factor is known to you yet. Sometimes you do got to keep goals to yourself. Okay, if that makes sense. Like that's like one of the keys to manifesting. I think it's even in the Bible. It says like you can't really boast about your dreams or your goals or something like that, because not that people don't want to see you succeed. In some instances, they subconsciously might don't want to see you succeed. It might not have anything to do with you. It could just be they have disbelief in their own goals, so they don't really believe anybody else can achieve their own. So they're like, oh, good for you, girl. But in the back of their mind, they're like, she ain't gonna do that because that's unrealistic in this person's mind. Or they might actively be like, oh, I really don't want to see you do this daycare center. I don't want to see that happen. And because people are haters and some people are just disbelievers, so you don't want that energy out there on your dreams or your goals. So Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpios, keep some of your things hidden, especially if something's in the works. So say this is a big thing, but say you have like a TV deal or something and you're supposed to go on a news station or something as a makeup artist or something, or production, and you don't really know yet. All the contracts and all this stuff is still being worked out. You don't know the whole ins and outs yet. It really hasn't been finalized. Kind of keep it to yourself until you know for sure that it's signed off on, it's done. It's something along those lines. Like that's just the advice I'm picking up for you. Another flip side of this, for some of you, if this resonates, it could be that you guys need to be very discerning of who you get into business with, or make sure that this is the job for you for real. Make sure the pay is for real. Make sure that if this is a contract or something you're signing on to, make sure that it is what it is. Make sure you know what it is. Like, be very discerning, okay? Because it could be an instance where the job tells you we pay $15 an hour, but you don't know that the only way to get paid $15 an hour is if you've been there for like 3 months or something. So just pay attention to what you're signing on to. That makes sense. Okay. Y'all talking about makeup now? How do we get on the subject of makeup? Okay, so I deleted somebody's chat, so I can't see. She did have a good suggestion, but she was going, I don't know. She was doing too much. I had to, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but she was doing too much. I had to put her on timeout. Anyway. But yeah, if you guys have a topics. That doesn't include like monthly energies or anything like that. Let's just like, random topics. Like, what did her say again about that spiritual life? Love from a Scorpio. No, because not everybody dealing with a Scorpio. But I mean, you know, not so specific. Oh no, not that one. I think she was pulling y'all legs, you guys. Like, she was just wanting to say shit. Like, some people just be wanting attention, and that's what I think she was doing. Um, Everybody visualize Dara's mom getting a money bag, like a visualization in your third eye of a money bag. Send it to her. Are we going to war? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. We're at war already. I mean, it might get ugly. I don't really want to look into all that. It could potentially get ugly, but I believe we're already at war. It's like right in our face, we're at war. That's how I see it. Because we have a certain perception of what war looks like, and it's like we're already at war, pretty much. That's just my personal energies. I don't want to get into all the governmental political stuff on YouTube. I'm not about that life on YouTube. That's not something I want to get into. I don't want nobody looking at my channel. They probably already do. Like, I already have, like, moderators and shit on my channel watching my shit. Because when I say certain things, I notice, like, they stop streaming. So, I assume that YouTube already has to watch what you stream anyway. But I don't want to be that one where this bitch is on red alert or whatever the alert is because she's talking about this. I'm not that type of person. I'm not about to get into all of that. But, yeah. I look at stuff like this spiritual anyway. I'm not, like, into it on the level of, like, predictions. I mean, I feel like it is what it is. I don't really like to pay attention to it anyway because I feel like it's a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, it's a bunch of bullshit. If someone leaves with no closure, that's a good one. Distance and possible third parties. Anime lover, what's up? Alexandria, what's up? Wave back. Okay, so you guys got a lot of topics. You guys are probably bored of love. Some people are bored of love topics. Some people are not. But yeah, I like the why did they leave with no closure? Because that happens a lot to people. It's kind of fucked up. It is fucked up. What's another one? She said, not chakras being blocked. Different career paths. Right, I like that one. I like this one actually. Tigress of Tarot, she says, how about what energy do we need to embody for the week towards ourselves? Little do we want to pay attention to ourselves. You know, I noticed that. It's a rare case where people want to know about themselves. It's a rare case. Like, as far as what do I need to do to heal or what do I need to focus on within myself, that's a rarity. I like that one. I'm going to take that one first, actually. So, I'm going to pull 5 cards. Divine Spirit asks for highest guidance, truth, and clarity. For all those who are on the chat and on the live who can receive a message from this reading or anyone who may come to watch this video later, if I keep it up, what messages do you have for those people this week? So what energy do we need to embody towards ourselves for this upcoming week? 5 cards. Thank you. Queen of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 9 of Wands, and the Tower with the Death card. So we know what that's about. Some changes, some energy shifts, some cutting some cords with the Queen of Swords. You might have to cut some things out of your life. You might have to say, fuck it, excuse my language, to some things and some people. This can be patterns, of course. This could be anything that's causing imbalance in your life. 2 of Pentacles. So anything that's not giving you anything beneficial, anything that's not, I feel like anything that makes you feel out of whack within yourself, like imbalance within yourself. What else am I getting with this? I'm getting Because it almost looks to me like this could be the Three of Pentacles. Sometimes I do get like stuck when I look at this card because sometimes I think it's the Three of Pentacles. So I get with this, like there's an energy missing. So like an energy of participation or cooperation or like, what's the right word? Like building together, working together, that type of energy, teamwork. If there's nothing like that here, if there's not a beneficial connection involved, or you feel like whatever your thought processes are, your beliefs are, if they're not benefiting you, if they're not helping you to grow, better yourself, you're not seeing any progress with certain things, relationships, thought patterns, then these are things that need to go. Like you already know what it is. It's just being more aware of that and being more compassionate with yourself and saying, at this point now, being the Queen of Swords, you know, I don't mean any harm by what I do or what I say, or I don't mean, you know, there's no harm with me cutting people out of my life. If it doesn't serve me energetically, I got to cut it out of my life. If this thought process is not serving me, I need to do what's best for me mentally, spiritually, physically. If it's not serving me, let me cut it out of my life. And that's how I'm seeing the Queen of Swords. As the Princess or the Page of Swords, I'm getting something about... So let me use this for instance. Like, okay, that girl that was on here. I'm not trying to be mean and call you out or anything, but the cat chick. She was just, I don't know, like, something about her energy. I have to cut you off. I don't know if you were intentionally trying to be rude or you just want attention, you're bored. I don't know what it was, or maybe you didn't mean to be doing all of that. But just something about her energy, I had to cut it off. So in a way, like the Queen of Swords, she's depicted as being a bitch, but she's not. I see her as someone who's, she has a heart. She has compassion, just like every queen in the deck has that level of compassion. But at the same time, it's like I got to do what's right or what's best. I do got to think logically about this. If it doesn't serve me, I have to cut it out. And I don't mean any harm by that. But that's just the vibe that I pick up from that. So you have to be that way sometimes. Like, yeah, this is my best friend, but I have to tell her I don't want to hear that. Or I don't want to talk about those topics, especially if she's talking about nothing but drama. I don't want to hear that. Or, you know, I keep thinking negatively about certain people. It's kind of like, sit down and be like, you know what, that's stupid. That's childish. Let me stop doing that. Like, that's their business. It has nothing to do with me. Whatever it is that comes to mind, it's like you kind of have to have compassion at a certain level, but at a certain level you also have to be real with yourself and cut shit out. But the Page of Swords, as your approach, you do have to be completely honest, even if it hurts. But I don't think that, because the Page of Swords can be a little out of pocket with what he or she says. Like, they can say things that are like, damn, like, did you really just say that? You know, they can be a little bit too cutthroat because they're young and they don't think before they speak. But the Queen of Swords is like, I'm thinking about everybody's well-being first before I say what I'm going to say. And even if I do hurt some people's feelings, you know, I'm going to let them know that it's not anything against them or not trying to be rude, but I'm going to just be real. But I do feel like with the Page of Swords, though, you do have to be cutthroat, but take the Queen of Swords energy with you, though. Be aware of what you're saying. Don't just be saying stuff that you'll potentially regret later, but be real and authentic with yourself. You know how to do things with balance. Like, somebody's being annoying and you might want to say, like, you're being annoying. Like, shut up. You might want to do it that way, but no, there's a way to do it. You know what? I feel a little irritated and, you know, I just need to separate my energy from you right now, or I don't really want to talk about this subject anymore. Can you change the subject? Or I need some time away, or I don't think it's good that we be friends anymore, or this job is not working for me. Instead of saying, I feel like this company's taking advantage of me, y'all ripping me off, y'all not paying me what I'm supposed to be paid for. Instead of doing all of that you might want to say to your boss or say to your supervisor, whoever, the company, just tell them, you know what, I feel like this company doesn't really have my best interests at heart. And if they ask you why, tell them the pay and blah, 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 the hours that I put in, blah, blah, things like that. You know how to do it in an adult sense, not the page of swords that wants to come in and just really tell you how they feel, which can be very rude, right? Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands energy. Some people see this card as perseverance. Yeah, sometimes I do see it as perseverance. But I do kind of feel like you need a rest energetically. This is like a rest, like step back. Take a step back from putting so much energy towards something. And I feel like you do need to put it towards yourself because you're not able to really think or hear clearly. It's part of that imbalance is coming from too much energy being put out there, maybe in too many different areas, and it's causing a split mindset. Like you're not able to hear your messages clearly. You're not able to hear your guides clearly. You're not able to decipher your dreams. For one, like you'll notice like if you're imbalanced mentally, it could be you can't think straight, you can't concentrate, you can't decode your dreams, or you can't remember your dreams. Memory loss for the moment, like my friend was saying, it was so funny. She was telling me last night, she was like, just little stupid simple things I just forget. Like I'll be putting on my shoes and I'll have in my mind like, don't forget your book on the couch, and then I'll forget it anyway. Like simple little things like that, because your mind is like in too many different places. There could be stress. You're not able to pick up messages clearly. If you see signs or synchronicities, you might not see them, or you just don't get it. Your dreams, you might be able to remember them, but the messages, you might not be able to decode them. It just doesn't make sense. So if that's a sign of an imbalance, and I feel like Spirit's saying to slow your energy roll down, like you're doing too much, like just unplug for a second. The Tower card, overall energy, or the conclusion of this energy, if going through this, is the Tower. Surrender. Really surrender. And it could be that you got to surrender some things and some people out of your life. These people falling out of the Tower, it could literally mean letting go of people, but I feel like it could be just different personality. Not really personality, I don't want to say that, but like patterns within yourself. Because this Queen of Swords, she looked like she's ready to cut some shit out of her life. She is. Even if that means her own self-sabotaging energy. Even if that is her job, even if that is her best friend, even if that is a foundation that's not good for her, because she sees that this tower is not built on, in this case, is the only time that I've ever seen a tower built on a solid foundation. Usually it's on a pit of sand, and it's like, how can you build this tower on a pit of sand? Like a sand that looks like it's is it descending, like descending down, like it's almost like falling down. So therefore the tower is going to fall down because it's not built on anything sturdy. So whatever it is causing imbalance, you have to surrender to that. The Tower card is like a fair warning. I always use this for Tower to make it make sense. With the Tower card, it's like a notice that's on your door. So say for instance, like you go outside and your boss or your landlord or whatever, or your housing company, they put a note on your door and tells everybody they got to be out by such and such date because we're re-innovating or whatever, the whole complex or the whole community, we need you guys to move out by this and that date. But you procrastinate so much so that you get down to the last date and you're like, we don't have nothing packed. We don't know where we're going to go. We don't have any U-Haul trucks. We're still sitting here waiting and procrastinating. And then Spirit is like, okay, kick these motherfuckers out. The landlord, whoever, the moving men or the maintenance people are like, you gotta move, get your stuff out, or just get out, get as much as you can. You're like, oh shit, this is all my belongings in here. What am I gonna do? It's like that. So Spirit gives us a fair warning when we need to clean house, when we need to clean out things out of our lives within ourselves, get our diets right, get our health right, get our life straight. When we don't take the messages, and I need to pay attention because I said health, and I be slacking because I love food, and Spirit be telling me all the time like there's certain things I need to stop eating, and it's so stupid. But I told myself, because I've tried the whole don't eat meat thing and just eat seafood if I want to eat meat. I tried that for like 2 or 3 weeks. But then I get tempted by everybody's eating around me, so it's hard. So I told my mom, because I love pigs, and I told myself maybe if I really got a pet pig, that it would really like force me not to look at meat ever the same ever again. In a way, I should already know this because I see what they do, but it's like you're being programmed to think that meat is food and it's good, it's juicy, it's all this, steak and all this shit. Like you're in your mind, you've been programmed for that. But I was telling my mom, I kind of want a pig because I think they're cute anyway. Because Babe, I'm thinking about Babe, Charlotte's Web and stuff. So I'm just like, I want a little pig, and that hopefully that will like inspire me to not eat meat again, not to see it as something edible, but see it like in a different way. And that sounds stupid, but yeah, Spirit keeps telling me to stop eating meat, change my diet, and I notice every time I don't eat right, my body has these imbalances when I don't listen. So Spirit's giving you a fair warning for whatever this is. You know what it is. Spirit's saying if you don't do it, I'm going to make a way for it to happen. Transformation has to take place with the death card. Changes need to occur. Both cards are Scorpio cards, I believe. Yeah, the death card, the Tower card is Aries and Scorpio, but both are Scorpio. These are things that, hidden within the subconscious, or things that we suppress or try to deny or hide. These are things that are going to come up to the surface to heal or to be released. But that's the energy I'm getting. Yeah, me too. More water. I love water, though. Water just, when you just drink it, it's just like, it just, I don't know, it just does something to me. But I do like my sweet stuff, too. And that's not good. Coffee, yeah, coffee is one of them. My mom is a coffee drinker. Like, she loves coffee. So, I guess I kind of took some of that on. Ooh, I can't go without eggs. And cheese and eggs. Oh, my gosh. Those are, like, my favorite. Cheese is like, I could just eat cheese. I just love cheese. Eggs, I can do without eggs, I think. But when it comes to my cheese, that's just something I can't. It's hard. But there's vegan cheese. I've seen people make them out of cashew nuts. So, I mean, that's a good alternative. Oh, is a recall on eggs? Mm. Oh, you hurt your knee. I hope you're okay. I hope your knee is okay. Do the, what's her name? Sinclair. Woo woo. Woo woo. From Living Single, if you guys don't know who Sinclair is. Oh, you don't? Wow. You don't miss cheese? That's crazy. Well, they have so many alternatives for everything. Oh, yeah, being from the South. Yeah. See, my family, they like chitlins and all that. Well, when I was little, I did like chitlins. And then when I got a little bit older, I'm like, ugh, it's just so nasty. It stinks. The only time that in my adult life, ate chitlins, I didn't really eat them. We put potatoes in ours. But when I was pregnant, they smelled like they just smelled good to me when I was pregnant. So I'm just like, And I just like the juice in the potato part. I didn't like but it's still nasty to me though. Some people I can't. I just can't. I just can't. But yeah, from the South, I can feel your pain because that's not easy. Like all that food out there, smelling good. No, that's not easy. Turkey necks. Shit, I mean, that's hard. That is hard to do. I feel like the only time we should be eating meat is if we're on survival mode. That's the only time we should ever eat meat. I have to just reprogram myself to not look at meat like it's food. I really do have to. Even though with the steaks and all that good shit, I have to, pig feet. That's scary. It just looks scary to me. Like, how y'all eat the pig feet? Like, ooh. Mm-mm. This is weird. I don't know if any of you guys can back this up if this is true. I think my friend was pulling my leg. So my friend, when I was little, I had this friend. She was Mexican, and she was like, "Yeah, we eat bull dicks like sausage." Is that true? Could anybody back that up? Like, does anybody like? Is that even possible? Do people really eat pickled bull dicks? Like, please be honest. Penises, I should say. It is a real thing. Oh my god. I guess that's really what she was eating. She was tearing that thing up. It's nasty. Ooh. Mm. Okay, that's kind of scary. That is scary. Ooh. I'm sorry. Ooh, do the men eat it too? Because I would feel some type of way as a man eating another creature's testicles and penis. Like, wouldn't that make you feel like, make your stomach, like, make you tight in your stomach? Like, even when I see things like with men getting punched in the balls, I'd be like, even though I don't have them, I'd just be like, oh shit, like, it makes my stomach hurt. So, how can you eat, oof, never mind. I'm so weak. That's just too much. That's like, I'm trying to think, like, as a woman, will we, I mean, I guess we eat chicken breasts, but I don't be feeling like, oh god, I shouldn't eat that. But yeah, some bulldog, like a, nah. Okay, I can't remember everybody's topics that you guys had up. I think, okay, this was one that stuck out in my mind, so I'll go with this. So, someone had asked, what is a message for someone that just left with no closure? Left without closure? In a way it is, but okay. Alright, so let me do this. I mean, in different cultures, they eat different things. You know, some cultures eat dogs, and we look at them like, how dare you, motherfucker? How you eat some dogs? But I get it. Where was this lady from? It was my aunt's friend. I'm sorry to go off topic, but it was my aunt's friend that she worked with. And her mom was like, yeah, we picked out a dog for your birthday. And my aunt was thinking, oh, that's cute. But she's like, no, it's like for my birthday, we're cooking it. Like, we're going to spin this motherfucker on a grill and eat him. So, no, it's not cute. But that's what they do. But in our mind, it's like, how can you do that to a dog? But to them, it's like, it's some fucking food. I want to, not Indonesian. I want to say Indonesian. That's what she was, but I can't remember. Yeah. And then another thing is they eat monkey brains in some countries as like a delicacy. And some of them like as for wisdom or good luck or prosperity. Some people drink cow pee or goat pee, and you know, they just do. I can't knock it because they're different cultures. It means different things to them. Like, it's all about your mind. Like, what you've been programmed is edible and not edible. It's all different. You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't eat a monkey, poor baby. I wouldn't do that to him. I wouldn't do that. And I damn sure would not be drinking no goat's pee. But anyway. Yeah, cow tongue. People just eat cows. Poor cows just get the business. Pigs, too. Pigs were eating their intestines, their tongues, their feet. You know, they just get it. Okay. So, Divine Spirit, what is a message that you have for those who have maybe been in a situation to where someone has or will leave their life with no explanation, without closure? What are these instances? What is this energy, Divine Spirit? What is this about? Oh, that's sad. That is sad. I can't with that. But they don't see them like, you know, they don't see him as Red Rover and You know, just like we don't see Bessie as Bessie, we be looking at her like, ooh, she's a good piece of steak. You know, they don't care about Woof Woof. They be like, oh, he look good. They don't have no meat on them. I'm sorry to keep on the topic of that nasty shit, but anyone that does that, no shade. You know, it's just nasty to my culture, I guess. So, you know, just how some people might say, you guys are nasty. Mia Jolie, cleanse your energy. I don't know. That happened to me before. Like, I hope I've never done this to somebody, made them feel like I mean, sometimes it can happen. Like, we might not mean to put vibes out there on you. I don't know what you mean by vibes. Like, there are some, you have to be discerning, but I don't want to be mean to all of them, because I know some of them personally, when they come out and they say certain things, there's things that are going on in their life, and sometimes that can project in their readings. But some readers, yeah, they might be, and that's why I don't watch readers on YouTube no more. Unless it's like one of you guys come to me and like, hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel, can you check it out or something? I'll do that. Oh, she what? Ew, who is this so I can like block them? Who, if you don't mind telling us who it is. Who is it? Not I'm hungry, so am I, Ebony. I'm forever hungry. Wealthy reader. Do this. Like, I don't know if just pray on it. This is my favorite prayer. I think it's in Isaiah. It's no weapon that is formed against thee. Read this. Recite this to yourself. Cleanse yourself. Some people, I don't know. See, people think that, I mean, there's always going to be good and bad in spiritual people. You got to be able to discern the two. There's readers out there who, there's this one specific tarot reader who's a male. I'm not going to say his name or anything, but I feel like he goes through things within himself. So it projects in his readings, and sometimes how he talks to people, it comes out that way. But there's some readers, yeah, that are really mean, evil, spirited people. And you're going to see a lot of that. One of my intuitive friends warned me that there's going to be people, some of them not as clear and as blunt as that, unless they were cool in the beginning. They were all sweet and nice, and now this is like a 360, and you're like, who the fuck is this person all of a sudden? That can happen too. But I don't know. That's scary. Like, how you gonna try to put a hex on someone? That's, what the anyway, like, really? Nah. Right. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper. That's my favorite. That's what I say every time I'm cleansing myself, or before I do a reading, before I work with anybody's energy. If I'm feeling some type of way, that's what I recite. Cleanse yourself. But yeah, you just have to be discerning as anything. When you're spiritual, like people you shake hands with, you got to be discerning, because not everybody is spiritually clean, like, or they're just not, or clean spirits. You know what I mean? We're still human, so we do fall short. We're not going to be these godly, angelic beings all the time that's just all light and fluffy. We do go through our lower vibration selves at times, but there's people out here who are operating on that evil shit. And like I said, people with spells and stuff, yeah, I do spells. I dabble in that. It's like, it's a gift. It's something that's here for us to do things with. We can either use it to heal ourselves, bring love and prosperity to ourselves, help another person, bring something to them, protect ourselves, or we can do it to hurt somebody, harm somebody. And I think that's the demonized side of, like, you know, voodoo and all of that. Like, they only show you that part, but they don't really get into the other benefits and the good things that we use it for. At times, yeah, you do gotta hurt a motherfucker. Sometimes you do. But I wouldn't get into all that. I like to do protection spells, and anything that anybody tries to put on me, I send that shit back to them tenfold. Rather than going out of my way to hurt somebody and do something to them, that's not what I'm on. But there's people out there that know that they're powerful and they will do some shit. But you got to know that you're 10 times powerful than that shit that they're trying to send your way too. Anything that's of a lower vibration, I strongly believe, is not strong. Especially if you're defeating it with the higher vibration, that shit's not going to win. That's how you have to look at it. Yeah, and that shit is real. Shape shifting. I don't know if it's. I don't want to get into all that, but yeah, like how they show it on YouTube with the people doing all this. I'm sure. I'll take that back because I think I've seen some people shape shift before, so I'm not gonna discount that. But I don't want to. Ooh, she went there. Ooh. Yeah. Cynthia. Cynthia went there. You can see them. You can discern them. Especially if you're aware of shit. You can see it. We live in a spiritual realm too. Like in a way, we're on a we're in a 3D reality, which I feel like is the most dense reality that we can be on consciously, I believe. I don't know for sure. But a lot of things kind of slip under our spiritual eye here. Unless you're here is up there. Then you can see even past all this shit that really isn't real, doesn't really exist. You can still see past all of that. The flesh and all of that shit that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. You could still see what's up with that. So, yeah, it's kind of, it is scary to an extent, but in a way, it's just what it is. We're spiritual beings first and foremost. So none of it really should be a surprise. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the best you can do is just stay away from them. That's why I don't watch readers on YouTube no more, you guys. Like, and it's nothing like I've experienced. Actually, no, I take that back. I experienced some bullshit a few months ago with a reader that tried to um, put out some shit against me saying that I was trying to harm her, pretty much. I was trying to hurt her. That, no, this was some shit. Like, not trying to hurt her, trying to kill her. Like, I'm trying to kill her, I'm stalking her and all this shit. So, that's why I stopped fucking with readers online. Because people's intentions are not always good. That's just my whole thing. Like, I can't anymore. I can't watch readings anymore online. I have people that I trust that I go to for readings, and that's only because I built a personal relationship with them. But yeah, sometimes, and I'm seeing like this whole tarot reading thing is like a good money maker. So a lot of people are clinging to it. You can read basic interpretations of the cards. It's not that hard to do. But you can tell readers that are really gifted and who are really reading some real shit, and some of them who just pick and choose what they want to read. There's some readers that want to pick and choose what they see. Like, they might see something that's fucked up, but they're like, no, I want to keep it light and fluffy because I want everybody to like me. So I'm not going to point that out. Then there's some readers who just make shit up. It's not hard to do. That's not, anybody that knows how to read a tarot card, it's not hard to do. You know what Ace of Cups means. You know what the Lover's card means. So it's easy to do that. So there's a lot of people on here on YouTube, and I'm calling it out. I'm just being real. It's easy money. It's true. It is easy money. But me, like me, a karma type of person, I know how karma works. I would rather read the real shit, even if it might not be something someone wants to hear, but they need to hear it. If that means this person's gonna email me back and be like, I don't like what you said, or blah blah blah, I'm gonna say it anyway. Because, okay, for one, you're paying me for my services. I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful for that. You're keeping the light bill on. You're keeping me able to buy my cars and all this stuff. So I'm grateful for that. So if I'm going to do right by doing this to keep the energy flow going, I'm going to be right when I'm doing it. Because at the end of the day, what these motherfuckers don't know is by playing people with this and clinging on to people's hopes and dreams, telling them things that they want to hear. You're kind of fucking with people's energy. That shit's gonna come back on you if it hasn't already. If it hasn't already. Um, I saw what Daria just said. She said they're like fake pastors in the church. The fake pastors in the church. I don't want to call out no specific person because he's not here anymore. He's passed on. But these spirit, I mean, this person deteriorated within months. You know, spirit has got something for everybody, and that's why I don't go to church anymore either. Because it's just like it's so fake to me. It's so icky to me. Like, it's just ugh. Like, you can take something good out of church, but after a while, like, it just becomes a big show. Who's got the biggest hat? Who's got the newest car in the parking lot? Fake marriage, like they happy, but they sleeping with so and so, and it's just disgusting. Like, that's why I don't go to church no more. My church is in here, in my own little space with some of my soul family people. Like, we commune over the phone, some places, wherever. But yeah, I'm not perfect. That's the thing, though. With church, like, people try to project a perfectionism, and when you come in church and you look a certain way, they talk about you. We know what we should be wearing and shouldn't be wearing in church, but they'll judge you, you know. But y'all not perfect either. I'm not perfect either. I'm not a perfect reader either. Like, I know that sometimes I have to check my energy to make sure I'm not projecting my ego, my opinions, my thoughts, and my feelings into another reading. Because there will be times, I'll be honest, where, like, a client will ask me a question, and certain questions I'll be like, because in my logical mind, I'll go, like, I don't know about that. Like, that doesn't sound right. But then when I pull the cards and I separate my ego out of it, like, okay, now I can see where this is coming from. I can understand it now. So it's like, I fall short too. Like, we're human. We're human. We are human. Yeah. You do have to be honest. Okay. See, that's real. Okay. A pastor that can talk about his past, that's real. Some of them do. Like, I used to be a pimp, but they still a pimp. I'm so weak, but that's funny. Yeah. I don't know. I just have to separate from, like, church itself, not like the spiritual aspect of church, because I get the connecting and coming together and the worship and the praise of a higher power. You could do that on your own. But, like, society's church, the way I was raised in church and different churches that I've been to and seen, I don't like it. I felt connected to some people, yes. My godparents, they're now the first lady of their church, the first lady and the pastor of their church. So I respect them, but at a certain level, I can't get with it anymore. Not Brother Jenkins. Not Brother Jenkins. With his Maybach. Shoot, or that, or $1 million private jet. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get to the reading. I apologize. I just went off on a tangent. Yeah, everybody is, because they're coming to see that you don't have to worship in one space. Like, our perception of God is so limited. Like, it's so limited. Like, the littlest things are aspects of God. Like, the littlest things, like the smallest things. Like, this sage bundle is of God, right? Because God created the earth. This comes from a plant. It is everything that anything, I'm telling you, even some plastic, this lighter. I mean, it has to be formed from something that God created in order to make this lighter. So it's like the littlest things is God. Not to say that I need to worship this lighter. I can thank it for lighting up my sage bundle. I mean, that's the least I can do. I can thank this candle because it's here for me to use and work with. Not the devil's lettuce. The dollar bills, see, money can be good and it can be evil. Just like anything can be good and it can be evil. A knife can be good because it's cutting up some bread to feed my family, but then it can be evil if I decide to shank somebody with it. So you got good and bad in everything. That's another thing. Like, it's all about that balance. All right. Anywho. Right, travel. Yeah. I haven't traveled that much, but I would like to, but I get what you're saying. People do need to see the world. They need to open up more. God is not this one thing just sitting up in the sky chilling, watching all of us down here suffering. That's like the lowest you can say about God. Like, that's a slap in the face to say that's all God is. It's some man who's lazy that just sits up in the sky and judges motherfuckers. I bless you, and no, I curse you, and no, I don't want to fuck with you, and I only favor you. That's like the lowest perception of God you can have, in my opinion. Shit, Cynthia, you can't even watch TV anymore. But you can watch it from like, entertainment itself is an evil word if you really break it down what entertainment means. Um, but like, if you just kind of sit back and watch things, then it's not funny anymore. But if you just watch it on a kind of just on the 3D level, it's funny. Certain things are funny, but then when you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing. But anyway, Ace of Cups and the Garden. So the topic that, because I've got into a whole nother thing, but y'all probably understand. Y'all get it. We needed to talk about that, obviously. But yeah, this whole spread is based upon anyone that has gone through or may experience in the future a situation where someone just kind of walks out of your life with no explanation and there's no closure. That's happened to me with friends, lovers, so-called friends. Let's say this, so-called friends. Because you can't even be a man or a woman enough to give me an explanation or tell me why. You're just like flying in the night. Some people just don't. I'm being honest though. Some people don't even need an explanation when you're leaving them. Like, they already know. That's how I feel. I'm a Taurus. I have no problem cutting people out of my life. It is what it is. I do not have a problem. I'm not a Queen of Swords. I would be more of a Queen of Pentacles, I guess. But Queen of Swords aspects in me, I have no problem cutting the person out of my life. Especially if they know what they did, then I don't need to give you an explanation. You already know what's up. But somebody, like, let's just say you thought you and this person were cool, and the next minute they just disappear on you, that's different. Or someone that you're laying in bed with every night, kissing and hugging, then the next minute this man packed his bags and he's gone. That's different. That's some other shit, and I think that's what y'all asking about. So, Ace of Cups in the Garden. So, I feel like this is a beginning of something, a meeting. The garden can represent like a social setting. It could be like a public gathering, a public meeting. So, the Ace of Cups is like a beginning of something. So, beginning of something emotional, obviously. So, let's say that first time you met them. This is something that you remember forever. That feeling of when you first met that person. What they smelled like, or what they looked like, or how they made you feel, or that shock in your heart when you first saw someone. I feel like that's the beginning of something. Or if this is a friendship, that beginning of how good it felt to connect with that friend. Like, this is that memory. That's what the Ace of Cups, they're just like that starting energy, that first spark of something. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Two of Wands and the Lily card. So this could be this. It's like a story. I feel like this is more romantic than anything, but this is like a sexual energy. Because the Lily can be taken in a sexual contents. The Two of Wands could be taken in the sexual contents as well. I feel like maybe there was a spark of sexual energy at some point. Maybe it never really got to a sexual relationship with this person. If it wasn't anything sexual at all, like no attraction towards this person, it could just be a spark of something together, like something passionate between you and another person. It could be kundalini for you if that's what you're picking up, if that's what it resonates as for you. But it's like a spark or a beginning of something together where you both agree. There's a mutual attraction, or there's a mutual shared passion for something, or I agree that we should be friends, or I agree that we should be lovers. I agree on this, or I agree on that. That's the energy. If it's not sexual, it's an agreement on something that you want to create together, if that makes sense. Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, and the Heart card. So this person came in and captured your heart pretty much, whoever this person is. They don't necessarily have to be an air sign. They could be, but they don't have to be. This person came in and stole your heart. Both of you had an attraction for each other, right? Both of you had a mutual feeling. If this is not romantic sense, this could be a friend where both of you, where this person was like, this is my best friend, or this person is cool. I really like this person. I enjoy this person's company, and vice versa. It was the same thing. But at this point, there might have been some fear. Like this person was already kind of looking back, like, should they move forward or should they go backwards? So I'm already getting a story on this. Some of them were not fully done with their past, or something. If it's not a person that they were dealing with, then it's just a pattern or something in their past that they still carry, like they weren't fully done, or they weren't fully healed, or have walked away from something. So they're still looking in the past. Even their horse is looking backwards. So they're not fully present in the future, or present in the now, or looking towards the future. They're still stuck in the past at this point, or at that point. Three of Wands and the Eights of the Coffin. The Coffin is kind of like the Death card in tarot. It's got the transformation, rebirth energy. Sometimes it could symbolize a death, but I'm not getting that here. Obviously, transformation. With the Three of Wands, I feel like that spark that you guys are creating, it started to dwindle. Because it's like you guys are waiting for whatever this is that you were in agreement with to form. Whether this was energetically in agreement with or not, something changed between the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands. So now you're kind of like waiting, or you're tired of waiting for something to form, or they're tired of waiting for something to form. It also could be that there's a third party energy involved. It doesn't have to be like another lover. It could be like friends or family that's in the way, or it could be like a negative past that they carry within them. So either way it goes, something didn't pick up all the way because of this third party energy, or the third party energy, maybe they cut ties with that energy at this point. Whatever resonates with you. But that's like two different interpretations I'm picking up. With the Sun card and the Moon together, that's weird. So you got the Moon and the Sun. Sexual energy might have started to happen at this point. Okay. It's still all good, at least on the surface. Underneath the surface, it could be something else. Intuitively, something you're picking up. It could be something intuitively that you're picking up that you need to walk away, or maybe this person is picking up that they need to walk away. Because the Moon card in the playing cards is the Eight of Hearts. And the Eight of Hearts is like the Eight of Cups, walking away from something. But it could too also be, but you need to move forward with what makes you happy. So it could be one or the other of you are saying you need to walk away, and one or the other of you could be saying it's time to move forward and be happy. Because on the surface, things seem good. Whichever person you fall in, you notice that this woman is looking at him, but he's not looking at her. So there's something that's not mutual already in the picture. Yep. And then here comes this person packing his freaking bags and dipping and walking off. And he did it in a way that was, I don't want to say stupid because that sounds dumb to say stupid. But he did it in an immature way. As the Fool, how else could he have done it? Somebody's friend, co-host, some friend or some companion with this dog pushing him, some companion, and the dog is biting his leg. I've never noticed that. He's biting his leg. I'm weak. This dog is biting his leg. So some friend could have, or friend, family member, somebody encouraged them to do this. So this person wasn't totally convinced that that's what they should do, but they went the hard route. They took the mountain, which the mountain in Lenormand is like obstacle. It's inconvenient. It's a struggle. It's the negative card or one of the negative cards in the deck. So like they took the hard way out. So they never really had a good explanation as to why they left because they were influenced by someone else. You're not the fool. They're the fool, right? Literally, they're the fool. This person doesn't even have their own backbone to have the common decency to tell you why, because they didn't have a good reason why. They were being influenced by something else. If it's not someone else, then something else did, influence this. So they're kind of, they're immature and ignorant in that sense because they could have did it an easier way, but they chose to do it this way. The Book and the Prince of Cups, they have a history of doing this to people. Or just having a history of never sticking things through all the way. So this could have been the person that starts a new job and then when it gets tough or it turns out to not be easy for them, they quit the job. Or as a child, maybe they started basketball or cheerleading and then when it gets too hard for them, they quit. They tap out. That's this history of this person. Especially when it comes to love, because the Prince of Cups or the Knight of Cups, he's like a, what do you call it? A person that's in love with love. Like they fall in love easily. They fall in love with something, the arts of something, sports, dance, a pet, a toy. But then when it's boring or it's no longer fun or it gets too challenging or too difficult, when it starts to get too real and it's not light and fluffy, they want to tap out. So this is a history with the book. This is a history that they have. That's just what it is. Yeah, this sounds like somebody I know. Like, damn, to the T, too. Like, this sounds like somebody I know. I'm going to pull an advice card for you. Like, what is your advice with these types of situations? If you're in one, or you could be in one. Yeah, that's a commitment foe for sure. Because the Knight of Cups, like, yeah, he's sweet. He might have the intentions, the good intentions, but at the end of the day, they're unsure of themselves. They don't really know what they want. They might not even feel confident that they can keep something going. Or they just lack confidence. So my friend always tells me, give this person the 6-month rule to show you something. This one specific person that this resonates with, like this person I dealt with a while back, they didn't even make it past the 6 months. They told me what their longest relationship was, and I should have ran when I heard them when they said it. And our relationship lasted just as long as they said that their longest relationship lasted. So I should have been like, that's a pattern. I need to be careful. I need to be very mindful. Okay, so what is the advice with these runaway connections, whether they're friendships, lovers that run out in and out of people's lives? Okay, 2 cards, Ascending the Mountain, keep going forward, and the Mystic Healer, healing energy flows through you. I like to read from the book because it gives me, it's hot as hell in here. These candles are making it hot in here. Because it gives you more information, obviously. If you don't mind me reading. If y'all don't mind. Ooh, trap him with the baby. That serves him right. That's what he wants to do. Because babies, they're nothing to play with. I mean, they're not toys. But some women do that. Okay, so Ascending the Mountain, so the advice card, or one of the advice cards is the journey might be hard right now, but a great view awaits you. You most certainly can achieve your goal. However, you must continue forward through hard work and diligence. Don't give up, even if it seems hard, keep going forward. Even if it sometimes seems that you're going up 3 steps and falling back 2, you are still getting closer to your goal. Sometimes you may need to take smaller steps, but do not stop. Every step you take every step takes you closer to the peak of the mountain. And when you arrive, the view will be spectacular. It will be worth all of your hard efforts. The sacred traveler wants you to know it's okay to stumble or fall down. Just don't stay down. Do not allow yourself to be limited by beliefs of others or even by your own limiting beliefs or fears. Go beyond boundaries of self-imposed barriers. Live passionately and courageously. Keep moving forward fearlessly. Speak up for yourself. Honor your truth. This isn't the time to be timid or hold back. Go forward gallantly with your banner of truth waving in the wind. You are a light barrier to others. Okay? So Spirit's saying, like, this is something that you're better than this. Here's a mountain right here. So this person, this is the low level. Spirit's saying you can ascend past this mountain of this level of where this person is. Like, that is something that you can learn from, but don't put yourself on that level of where that person is. Like, you can do better than that. That's not your character. That's not who you are. So I'm just getting, like, you can do better than that. In short, what that message was, like, don't allow this to hold you back. Don't allow this to make you feel like you've fallen off or it set you back, like you went backwards. It's not anything that you can't move past. It's just a lesson. If anything, it's a small lesson. I don't even feel like it's anything big for you to learn, because this person might have not been in your life for that of a long time to impact you in such a way where you really can't pick up the pieces and move on. They might have taken some pieces of you, or a small piece of you, or a small fraction even, but nothing is great to where you would have to totally pick yourself up and start all over. If that's the case, if this person was in your life for a very long time and that happened to you, take it as a lesson for you. But again, like, don't look at it as a fail, because it's not a fail. So Mystic Healer says, inner and outer healing on all levels is occurring in your life. A situation, relationship, or physical challenge is being resolved. Have faith that it's happening. This is the time to find the source of challenges. Transform inner grievances. Do it now. You no longer need to carry it with you. You are a healing force for others, and even if you're not aware of it. The sacred traveler wants you to know. There are times when the traveler steps off the path to search for the mystic healer. The healer instructs that everything in nature has the intrinsic ability, I hope I'm saying that right, to restore itself, and reminds you that you also have the powerful ability within you. For healing to occur on the outside, it's essential for the healing to occur on the inner planes. To do this, meditate by visualizing a beautiful, vital future for yourself, and trust that recovery is on the way. Past life issues may be emerging in order to be released. Mystic healers are working with you to resolve emotional and physical challenges. Be patient and have faith that beneath the surface all is well. All right? That is your advice for that specific situation. If it resonates with you, if it doesn't, but yeah. That is your message. I don't know what other topics you guys wanted to look at. I love these cards. These ones. I don't ever hardly read in books unless I absolutely have to. I just read the cards, I open them up, and I read them as I'm supposed to, just like intuitively. But with these ones, you can read them intuitively too, but for some reason I feel like the messages in the book are, they just put things in perspective for me, so that's why I do it. I love hummingbirds. My aunt, that's her favorite animal. I remember one time, I know they represent joy, um, but I remember one time, because they used to fly all the time by our house, and my aunt put a hummingbird feeder out for him because she loves them. But I remember one time, I've never seen this. I'm like not hip to this at all. I've never seen a hummingbird just sit in stillness. I'm always used to them like just fluttering in one space. But this one time, he was just sitting in the tree. I'm like, is that a hummingbird just sitting there like that? I don't know. I just thought it was interesting because I've never seen them just sit in stillness. So, hummingbirds represent renewal. It says dreams and new joy are within reach, opportunity for accomplishment, along with promising success and renewed health, is hummingbird in this book. I love birds, they're beautiful. But yeah, hummingbirds, that's what they represent. Something is in my eye. If you mastered a snake in a dream, that's a good thing. That's actually a good dream. If you've overcome a snake and you weren't afraid of it, or even if you were afraid of it but you overcome the snake or you killed it, got away from it, that's actually a good sign. If they bite you in a dream, there's something that you're not acknowledging. I just read up on this because I had a dream about one of my friends. I don't know where we were, but it was like a pit. Um, Like there was like a pit or something of snakes. It was like in a backyard, but it was like different types of snakes in there, and she was trying to run from it, and the snake almost bit her. So I looked up what does it mean, and of course they didn't put almost being bit by a snake. They just put if you were bit by a snake. So pretty much what it was saying, it was like, from what I can remember, it was saying you're running from something challenging or denying something that you don't want to face or see. So I don't know if I should tell my friend, like, hey, I had this dream about you about a snake or something. I don't know if I should just leave it alone. But yeah, it's not literal, like, oh, you're going to be bit by a snake. I feel like it could be something that she's challenged by that she doesn't want to face. She's running from something. That's pretty much what that means, though. Should I tell her? Okay. I'll tell her. I wanted to, but it's just weird. Like, I don't want to, like, freak somebody out. But, I mean, yeah. Oh, my girl. Her positive vibes. I had a dream, like, something similar to that, like, a week or two ago, where this cat was, like, they were following me, and they kept attacking me. Even when I was, it seemed like, because in my dreams, when I'm being attacked in my dreams, I'll say like prayers, not literal prayers. It's like I'm speaking in tongues or I'm speaking in different language, and these demons or whatever is like trying to fuck with me back off. But this cat, it was like a herd of cats that kept messing with me and one of my friends. Like we were walking or something, and there was these cats, and they kept like coming at me, even though I would speak things against them. They kept trying to attack me. It was so freaking weird. I'll try it, Blue Wolf. But that is crazy. Like, oh my God. I don't remember what the cats look like. I just remember they were cats. Um, yeah, that's crazy. That reminds me of the Little Mermaid, Queen Shariah, I'm saying your name right. Dreams of flying. The funniest dream I ever had about flying was I had to go to a fashion show or something. Like I was late and I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to be late for this fashion show. So I'm flying and I'm looking over it was like an outdoor fashion show or something because I saw like this was the funniest part. It was older people, it was like elderly people on a runway with their dogs and I could see it from where I was flying because it was like an outdoor fashion show on the runway. I could see it. That was the funniest shit ever. I'll never forget that. But pretty much, yeah, I was like flying, like, oh shit, I gotta get to this fashion show. And I'm looking down, and then there's these older people coming down the runway with their dogs. That was the funniest shit ever. My dreams are weird, but yeah. But yeah. Yeah, cats are intuitive. Let's see. But I don't know why were they trying to attack me. I love cats. That's the thing. I love cats. Cats represent independence in this book. It says, mystery and magic is afoot, but you must find your own way of expressing it. Develop your ability to be more independent. That's what cats mean in this book. Um, yeah. I think it might have been a fair warning. Because I don't know how long you've been in the live, but I did speak on psychic attacks, and I feel like intuitive people do it, and they don't realize. Sometimes they do realize what they're doing, and some people don't realize that they're even um, gifted in that way that they can send energies to people. But I know specifically, I can name one person right now that I know for sure is spiritually attacking me in a way that they're trying to manifest me to out of my free will into something. And that is a no. It's not going to happen. I'm intuitive too. I have gifts. So this motherfucker, like, just the heads up of it. Because you can tell when you're being spiritually attacked by someone. Because you just don't feel right, for one. If you don't feel right about something or a person, or you feel like they're doing things out of your free will, because when you think about them, you feel kind of like, stop. You can just tell. So I know for sure that this person is, I'm not totally sure what their intentions are, like specifically, but I know their intent is to try to manipulate my energy to work for them, or to not work for them literally, maybe, but to go along with what they want, and that's a no-no. That is a no-no. Sleep paralysis, you have to be careful with that because it could just mean that you're about to astral project. Some people get scared and that's why they stop. Some people don't even give a fuck. Like, they go through that sleep paralysis and then, because it's not really a sleep paralysis, it's kind of like you feel yourself ascending. It's like a part of you is separating. You know that feeling like you want to get up? That's what it feels like most of the time. Like you want to get up, but a part of you is like, no, I want to sleep. That's a part of, I feel like you're a part of your body trying to ascend, and the other part is like, no. So only a few people I've heard that can get past that stage, and that's where you get the astral projection. That's how you can come out of your body. But if you're afraid of that in your mind, like this is something that's bad, or this is scary, or this is a demon attacking me, then your mind is not going to allow you to project out or astral project. But usually that's what's happening most of the time, I would say. You can't get past that. You got diamonds in your hands. Ooh, girl, that's another story. That's sleep. Okay, that's a different story, girl. That's not astral projection. That's something else. Um, Sleep with black tourmalines, you guys. I want to, but I guess my fear is of doing it too. What's up, Nadine? Yep, happy Taurus. Yeah, you do, Tweety. The internet has its good and its bad, and like it's part of the reason I don't like being up on the camera because I knew immediately that I was gonna attract men that like energy vampires men. I knew immediately that when I got on camera like this, that that's what I would attract because they're only looking at the physical. They're only going to be drawn by the physical. I mean, and the spiritual too, like this, the lightlyhood energy, the light energies too. But they're looking at the physical and that, so that's a double thing for them. So it's like, ah. So no, no. And I knew it. That's why I'm like, I don't want to go on camera. I'm shy for one. For two, I don't want to be in front of the camera because I know that it's going to attract the wrong attention. Like they're going to read my energy wrong or they're just going to just see whatever they want to see, project their lustful energy onto me. I knew that shit was going to happen. So I had to project. I had to protect my energy as much as possible now because yeah. I knew that was going to happen when I did that. When I first started this, I was like, I'm not comfortable in front of the camera. I don't want to be in front of the camera. But yeah. I don't buy crystals online. I go to my oh my god, I always want to call it a botanical. It's a mineral store. There's a mineral store in the mall. Because every metaphysical store I've gone to that's like a bookstore, a metaphysical bookstore, their crystals are so expensive. Like something like this would be like $50. And I only got this for maybe $10 to $12 at my crystal store. It's a rose quartz spear. Can't really see it. All my crystals are from them. I don't buy online because I don't trust it. Some crystals may have been given to me, but I do not buy online. But I'm sure you can. If you're going to buy online, I would say go to Etsy. Etsy.com, like they'll have sellers on there. At least you can see reviews too. Like you can go to people's reviews and see if they're legit, how they turned out. Yeah, but of course, yeah, like Tweety said, it's good to buy them in person because you get to personally like feel it out. Be like, this is my crystal. I know it. I feel it. It's mine. But yeah, if you're gonna buy online, I would go with Etsy. Yeah. Make you some black salt too. If you don't have any crystals on hand, like Jessica said, you can do take a sea salt bath. Like take a bath with some sea salt or Himalayan salt. Um, you can make you some black salt. Go online on Etsy.com. They sell it too. If you feel guided to buy black salt from somebody else, or you can make your own. You can go online and figure out how to do it. I made my own for a little bit. Yeah, see, that's the thing though. I don't want to attract a man off of lustful energy. And it's hard because as a Taurus energy, I mean, well, all women have this Empress energy about them, I believe, even if we don't realize it. So any woman that has certain pieces, and I can't just hide my boobs, they're there. They there. And sometimes I do wear sexy clothing every now and then, but it's just I have a sensual energy. Like I look at body parts as something beautiful. I don't it's rare that I look at a person's body and be like, "Oh, I want to." Sometimes I do. I'm not going to say that, But usually I can admire people's bodies, and they ain't gotta be all like this, or they don't have to be buff and all this stuff, whatever is supposedly attractive to people body wise. They can have rolls and shit, and something about them is still beautiful to me. So I can look at body parts in a spiritual, sensual, beautiful way where it's not all sexual. And it's like only lower vibrational people only look at sex when they see a woman's boobs, or when they see a man with a top off or something, sweating or something. I mean, don't get me wrong though, but but it's just like certain things. I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, over sexualizing the lower vibration, because some countries, like, orgies are like spiritual, like a spiritual process where everybody's like rising in vibration. But in this day and age, orgies are real disgusting. They're like nasty and raunchy and lower vibration. Like, sex has been so demonized, especially in Western cultures and society. We've demonized it so much so that it's not even. It's not even. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not even into looks. Really. Like, I don't have a type. Any man that I've ever dated, they don't all look alike. Some of them they might, but if they look alike, it's features. It's never skin color. It's never um, race. A lot of the times, like, they might have the same nose. This person could be dark skinned, this person could be light skinned, but they still got some of the same features or something. I'm not gonna lie though, I do like tall, slim build men. I do. But none of my men ever look the same. And I'm not attracted to just looks alone, because there's plenty of fine ass men in the world, but not that's not it. That's not all that attracts me. Like, for one, I'm goofy, so I want someone I can laugh with and be goofy with. So I like that too. I do like someone who is smart, who's not just out here looking pretty and fine. Like, that's cool, but that doesn't do it for me. I'm just attracted to different people. It's just different energies. It's never, I can't really say it's just one specific thing or two or three specific things that just attract me to a man. It's just something. It has to be just something there. You can be the finest man in the world, but there won't be any spark there with me. Like, I won't feel anything for you. Like, you could be the nicest, coolest man in the world, but it's not just nice that captures my attention. Like, or you giving me attention is not enough for me to just be like, oh, I want to be with you. Like, that's not it for me. I literally don't have a type. I'm not engaged. This is an energy thing that I'm working on. Right. I'm attracted to energy too, but I do have to be physically attracted to you. But even when I'm physically attracted to someone, they might not be the finest thing in the world to somebody else, but to me, I'm just attracted to that person. I don't know. It's so weird. Popular guys. I usually do like the guy that stands out from everybody else, and sometimes that could be a good or bad thing. Because women, we like a man that's influential. Not like he's got to be Obama or a celebrity or Dr. Dre or something. He ain't got to be all that. But the guy that usually is in a crowd of people and he stands out and he exudes the most confidence. That's why some women get caught up with fuck boys, because the fuck boys are usually the most boastful, the most outgoing, the one that everybody likes. So you have to be careful too, though. Oh yeah, the ones that don't know they're fine. Yeah. But sometimes that doesn't work. I think with women, it's probably easier to have a woman that doesn't know she's fine. Some men take advantage of that and some men elevate that. But with men, I find with those types, those are the ones that you have the most problems with, to me. Like, heavily insecure types. We can't judge people by looks. Definitely not. We can't. I don't feel like we could, because the most beautiful person in the world could be the most evil person, but I can usually see past that. Um, as an intuitive, it makes your intuitive makes finding someone extra hard. I think it scares people off. The fact that they know what I do, they probably think that I'm over here reading their minds and shit. In a way, I can, but it's like only what you're putting out there that I can pick up on. I'm not invading your space and going, oh, he took a shit at 2 o'clock today. Like, I'm not able to do all that. Like, and I don't even want to do all that. But if it comes to my well being, like, is this nigga cheating on me? I'm gonna look into it. You better believe I will. Maybe that's part of the reason why some of them don't want to deal with me. Because if you're doing some sneaky shit against me, I'm gonna look into it. But if it's just your own free will, I'm not gonna be all up in your shit. I'm not gonna be doing all of that. Um, right. Older men. Girl, I attract so much old men. It's crazy. I'm just like, I take it as a compliment because it must be like they see a mature energy within me. So I kind of take it as a compliment, but it's still, that's not my steez. I'm not into all that. Like, I'm not really attracted to old men anyway. Like, I'm good. I have a dad. I don't need all that. I'm good. Like, no. I'm not. Women, some women are. I get it. But it's just not, no. Have I dated another psychic? I probably dated some men who were psychic but didn't know they were psychic. Definitely. I've dated some intuitive men that didn't know how intuitive they are. Yes. But a knowingly psychic, no. Right. I feel like the right man will maybe he might be scared if it's not something he's into or he knows about. I had one boyfriend that I was so shocked because he was in church at the time that we dated. Like, he's active in church, but he had his notions about church. You know, he wasn't really sure about the whole church religious thing anymore. He was kind of questioning it at that point. But he didn't know what his zodiac sign was. He didn't know nothing about nothing spiritual. So when I asked him, can I do a reading for him, I was shocked that he was like, yeah. I read for him a few times. Like, that was one instance where I could say, like, I met someone that was comfortable with what I did. Like, he never was spooked by it. Then there was this other guy that I used to date back in the day. We reconnected not long ago. And I would do readings for him too. But the thing about that, though, is I don't want a man to become dependent upon my readings. Because that other guy started to become like an energy vampire. He always wanted me to read for him. But he wasn't trying to, you know, interact with me on another level. It was like, you just want me to read about your situation. And come to find out, he had a situation with me, another woman, another woman. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I can read it in the cards, and you want me to give you advice on this shit? Like, no, let me, like, exit myself out of this situation. You can deal with the two women on your own. I'm out. I'm out. Right. I told him this during Mercury retrograde. He hit me up because I blocked his ass on my phone and on my social media, so he can't harm me. Right. It looked like what Daria said was harm, but he hit me up, and I knew it was him just based upon what he said. I could just pick it up, and I told him, like, I don't offer my services for free. If you want a reading, you're gonna have to pay for my services. And then he tried to say some slick shit like, oh, because we were cool. And I just blocked him again. He's an energy vampire. I don't need that in my life. And I don't need to be in no third party situation. Mm-mm. Yeah, how you going right? How are you going to get advice on which woman should I fuck with this week, and how are you going to do that with me? Like, that's just messed up. But I had to learn something though. I had to learn that, and it sounds, I even sound narcissistic for saying this, but I think all women and all men should think like this. Like, I'm a god and I'm a goddess. I don't deserve to be treated in a certain way. So there's another thing I told myself. Because I had somebody trying to buy me lunch. It was my mom's friend. He's a little older than me. He's not that old, but he's older than me. Old enough to still date me, young enough to still date me, I guess, whatever. Um, so he offered to buy me and my mom lunch, and I had already ordered my food, but I didn't pay for it yet because I had to go pay for it when I picked my food up. So he was like, "What do you order?" And I was like, "I ordered from here and blah, blah, blah. I got to pick it up in 30 minutes. He's like, "I can pay for it." And I told myself, "No, because you're just going to want something. I can already tell you're feeling me. I'm not feeling you, so I'm not about to play you, so I'll just pay for my own food." I was going to do that anyway. And then he was like, "No, I got you," again. So he bought me and my mom food, and I said to myself later that day, I was like, you know what? I'm a goddess. Why not? Why shouldn't I accept gifts from other people? If that's what you, it sounds gold diggerish, but not really. If that's what you want to do, that's your free will choice. I told you no, I got my own food. You still wanted to pay for it. So me, I'm grateful. I'll take it. I appreciate it. That's what you wanted to do for me. But don't expect me to come down to peasantry and give you my number because you did something for me. Nah. He was being nice. Exactly. He was being nice. Right. Being receptive. And I think as women, we shouldn't feel bad for that. Not just to say like every man that, because that's the peasant part about it. Whenever a guy does something nice for you, you automatically think you have to give him something in return, whether it's your phone number, whether it's giving him attention just because he was nice to you, or sleeping with him. That's the peasant part. The goddess aspect of it is thanking him and being grateful for that, but knowing you don't got to do anything you don't want to do. Because I think we're taught that we got to give something back in return. The only thing we need to give back is our gratitude. Thank you. If I want to give you my number, I'll give you my number. If I don't have to. Yeah. Astrologically speaking, I do attract a lot of air sign men. I do like air sign men though. Geminis and Libras specifically. Aquarian men, I don't have good luck with them, or I don't really like them. I never really felt Aquarian men like that. Aquarius women were cool as friends. Men, I don't get along with them. Libras and Gemini, male and female, are cool. I like Libra and Gemini people. Um, but I do attract a lot of air sign men, sometimes fire sign men. I would say fire sign men are attractive, but I've never really had much of a connection with fire sign men. Aries women as friends, we're always cool. We clash every now and then because we're kind of alike. And it could be because we're so close on the zodiac scale of each other that we act alike almost. But I do like Aries friends. I've never dated an Aries man, I don't think. Leos and Sagittarian men, I'm always attracted to them. Leo men are attracted to me. I don't know why. But I've never had luck with long dating ships with fire sign men. Water sign men, I can only, okay, I had a Libra Scorpio cusp boyfriend. The Scorpio aspect I do not like. I don't fuck with Scorpios. I don't know why. But my best friend, one of my best friends, she was a Scorpio. She's cool. But like dating a Scorpio, hell nah. Hell nah. No. Um, what else? Capricorns, hell nah. Virgos, hell nah. Never again. I don't even know if I can like be cool with the Virgo female. Because some of them are like, backstabbers. I can't say just based off of their sun sign because they could have other things in their charts that's cool. But true. That makes sense, Daria. I've never dated. I've talked to a Taurus guy before, and he wasn't Taurus like to me. He wasn't like a Taurus. He was like hyper. Like he was really hyper. Like I don't know how to, like I can be hyper too. But it's something like he almost came across as like maybe a Gemini or something, or an Aquarius. He could have been like on the cusp of a Taurus Gemini. He was so hyper and like I couldn't really. He was doing too much, pretty much. He was doing way too much. But, yeah. Yeah. But the only reason why I say hell no to Capricorns is because they seem so controlling. Capricorn men, not women. Capricorn women are cool. See, I usually like certain signs as women more than the men signs. Like, I can get along with practically every zodiac woman sign except some Virgo women. I'm not, no. Some of them. Me and Aries, like, we're so tight, but we clash too, though. But I do love my Aries friends, female friends. I do. But it's like the male ones, like, of certain signs is just like a double no. Like, no, 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 no. No, I'm good. Pisces men, to me, from my experience, are very freaking fickle. They are. They're the essence of Knight of Cups men. They're in love with love. They make you fall in love. They're Prince Charmings, and then these dudes, they fleet because they're flaky. They don't know what the fuck they want. So, no. Nope, 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 nope. A Pisces woman is different. Like, my Pisces friends, Cancer friends, they're so dedicated. They're so sweet and so loving. And so are Pisces men. I can't say that they're not. Pisces men are very sweet, but they're just very flighty. They're very flighty. But yeah. Yeah. Libra men are flighty. Not from my experience. I know they can be very imbalanced, but when it comes to relationships, like, okay. One thing I can say that I do not like about a Libra man is they are flirts, and sometimes they say stupid things, like they'll compliment another woman in front of you. They might even talk about another woman in front of you, about how cute she was, or they might talk about an ex, and it's like, no, I don't want to hear all that. And usually a lot of the times they're attractive, or they're just like, they have a charm about them where a lot of people like them. They might not even be the finest thing in the world, but they attract a lot of people. Because they are charming, they are charismatic, and they're like suaves types. I would put Leos and Libras almost in the same category, like that suave, Denzel, George Clooney, Obama-esque. Yeah. I'm a life path number 9 woman. Sagittarians are like big kids. They remind me of the Fool card. They're like big kids to me. Every Sagittarius person I know are big kids, man or woman. Like, they can be on their shit, but they are like the biggest kids. I swear they are. Oh my God, they are big kids. And it could be in a good way. Like, they're fun. My brother is a Sagittarius, and he's so fucking crazy. But they're cool, though. I have a Sagittarius friend. She's an older woman. She cannot live in one city for too long. Like, I swear every year she's moving. She's always moving. Like, she's probably been in every state in America, for real. She can never stay in one place. But they are fun, though. I'll kick it with a Sag any day. Male or female. Be in a relationship with them, that's one other thing I don't know. I don't know. Leos get bored real quick. I don't know if that's true. I mean, if you can stay on their level in any way energetically, no, I don't think so. I don't think they'll get that bored. Aries? Who said Aries? Oh, yeah. Aries, I will say, gets bored easily, and so do Sagittariuses. That's one thing for sure I can say. Like, Aries have to be up to something. They do get bored easily with things. Sagittarians get bored very easily because they're so hyper. They're like kids that eat like sugar all day, I swear. They do get bored easily. Leos, yeah, well, they are the king and the queens of the jungle, so I'm assuming they expect to be put out there on the spotlight in a sense. Though a lot of them, what I've learned about a lot of Leos is they're either the oldest child or they're the youngest child, or they're someone that their family has always put them out there to be the sunshine of the family, or like kind of like the, I don't want to use this as a reference, but like John Bonet type. Like they want them to be a pageant queen, or they want them to be the star athlete type. Like that's how I see Leo children. They're usually the ones that want to be out in the spotlight, or their parents push them to be in the spotlight. So that's why when they get into relationships or friendships, they got to be the center of the attention sometimes. Sometimes. Not Aquarian thoughts. Mhm. Yeah. It sucks being the oldest. I know what that's like. Because they do, as an older, like an older child, they do expect a lot out of you. They do. Because you're kind of like the mommy to everybody else. Not all white. Or that loud red suit. That will be a Leo man. They'll show up with the red suit, like all red, maybe even a red hat or something, some red shoes. I can see that all day. Or a big fur coat. What's that guy from Love and Hip Hop? Miami. He had that pink outfit on. I don't know if he's a Leo. I doubt it. He doesn't seem like a Leo per se, but like that outfit was total Leo male vibes coming in with that pink suit on. On the it was a reunion. He had on all pink. He looks like my ex, like exactly like my ex. Like, oh my god, like that's why I can't watch that show. Like, nah, he looks too much like my ex. He looks exactly like, if I had a picture of the two together, they look like twins. Mm-mm. But yeah, that's funny. Not a zoot suit. Something like that. Only, yeah. Safari. No, not Safari. It's the Prince dude. Safari's a Cancer, really? I wouldn't take him as a Cancer. How did he deal with Nicki Minaj? Nicki was a Sag. How did that work? A Cancer and a Sag. That's crazy. Ooh, yes. I don't think I ever caught whoopings from my brothers, but we all got in trouble together. We all did. My brother, one of my brothers, he's the Sagittarius one, always into some shit. So he probably got it more than me and my other brother did. My little sister, she's a Gemini. She's loud and crazy. Nikki, yeah, she's not with Safari anymore. That was her man from a long time ago. They've been together for years, but yeah, I don't know how that worked. Yeah, my sister's crazy, y'all. You probably hear her on my lives every now and then screaming. She's a true Gemini. Let's just put it that way. She's a true Gemini. I hate when people try to discount like zodiacs. Like it does matter. Like yeah, there's other things in people's chart with different traits, but you can't deny the accuracy though. On a basic level, when you go deeper into a person's personality, you can see how the other signs play into play. But it does matter. It really does. It's not just bullshit. It does matter. Maybe. Mm, she does seem stable at some points, but she does have her Sag moments though. She's born this actually. She's born December 8th, I believe. That's my brother's birthday. So I can see how, yeah, they cray. The sun, the moon, and the rising, right? December 3rd. Yeah, Saggies. Yeah, my brother and Nicki Minaj have the same birthday. They are, like, straight. Oh, wow. A Leo and a Cap and Pisces. Wow. That's a very interesting mixture. That's very interesting. Yeah. My chart's straight whack. It's straight whack. But no. I mean, the rest of my chart, probably not. But, I have, like, Taurus. I'm a Taurus, moon, rising, sun. So whack. But I have a lot of Venus placements. So I guess that's good. It's planet of love and luck. Or not luck, but comforts and luxury and, you know, all the good comfy shit, you know. All of that. But my chart is pretty whack as far as, like, my moon and my rising. Like, why gotta be just a straight Taurus? Like, why couldn't I have, like, some fire somewhere? Like, yeah. Sucks. But, yeah. My most favorite placement, I think, is the fact that my Mercury is in Gemini. So, you know, straight communication all day. Like, straight and direct communication. Like, don't play communication. So, yeah. I need somebody to explain that to me. Like, my friend, she reads charts, but that's never something I asked her. Somebody needs to explain that to me. The Lilith. Yeah, I do have a lot of, I guess I have a strong peace dealer. He probably charges off the ass. My friend, like, she's very affordable, and plus I'm not gonna, you know, I do get a little discount, so. Okay, just look up peace dealer with the placement. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. I gotcha. Okay. Because I always thought it was something sexual or scary. Well, Chris Brown has his birthday is only a day apart from mine. So the days are not that far apart. So the placements, that would make sense why they're almost exactly like. So say you're born on December 7th and this friend is born on December 8th, but you guys have the same placements. That would make sense because the stars are pretty much still in the same place, if that makes sense. So that would make sense. But yeah. Venus and Leo. What's that? Third order work. What's that? I've never heard of that. Oh. How long have I been on? My lips are so ashy. That's why I keep licking them. Not Drake. You still want that Aubrey, huh? He's a Scorpio. Right, yeah. Oh, Sasha Fierce, hey. Oh. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that music video out. I like her music. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, those who help spirits cross over. Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to look that up. Ooh, yours in Scorpio? I know your shit's dangerous. I have to look that up. That's interesting. So not, well, kind of like the Grim Reaper, kind of. What's that video? When you said that, this is what I thought. Um, this is what I thought when you said that. The Bone Thugs video, Crossroads, when you said that. That's what it made me think of. That's exactly what I thought of when you said that. Because it had that angel that was carrying the people. Like, that's what you made me think of. I think Bone Thugs and Harmony is supposed to be coming out here soon. I would love to go see Bone Thugs. I'm going to have to look that up now. You guys can probably feel and see things that most people can't because, for one, Scorpio is like the subconscious, the hidden energy. The fact that you have it in your moon is like you could feel shit and pick up things that nobody else can probably pick up or around you. So that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. You guys, especially as a moon, you probably don't have no problem going deeper in things that some people don't want to look at or see. Or like your feelings, you might get like too deep into your feelings, like feeling a little bit too much. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You weren't supposed to remember that. That you were helping people cross over. I don't feel like, especially in your dreams, anything that comes to you in your sleep, I feel like these are things that you can't pick up on a conscious level when you're awake or really discern when you're awake, but when you're asleep, you can easily get information and tap into things. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you were supposed to get that message. I don't know. Anything that comes to your sleep is pretty much like either a prophecy or premonition or some sort of heads up to something or a message needing to be decoded. So I don't feel like it's something you shouldn't have heard. Right. I'm really, I don't see why you shouldn't have heard that message. The Hood Witch. I love the Hood Witch. I follow her on Instagram. Um, yeah. Especially when it came to you in your sleep. Yeah. See, I can't say that I hate it, but like I do have premonitions sometimes. Some of them are really stupid and some of them are helpful. Like some of them just be like goofy. um I don't know. It's crazy. But what was I gonna say? Anybody have takes on manifestation? Anybody have like their own take on that whole topic? Ooh. Nightmares, just look up the sign and symbolic meaning of that. Just look it up. Not every dream is verbatim, like, this is going to happen. This. They all have symbolic meanings. Mm. Why doesn't it work? Yeah, see, I was about to say. Right, Jessica. I used to think that in the beginning when I first, like, learned about law of attraction to, like, a real extent, outside of The Secret, because my mom's boyfriend was real into The Secret back in the day. So I really didn't pay attention to the basics of it. I didn't really listen to it. So Abraham Hicks started coming around more, and I started watching her on YouTube or listening to him, Esther Hicks, and Abraham Hicks. I used to listen to her all the time. And at first I was like, this is so corny. But then when you really apply it, and sometimes it helps to like kind of listen to it but not pay attention to it, because in a way it gets in your subconscious and then you get it. The thing about law of attraction is we attract, if you ever notice, the things that you don't care about the most is the things that you attract quicker, or you attract, rather than the things that you want so bad, the things that you keep thinking about, the things that you say you want, because you're attached. There's an energy of attachment to it. But if it's just like something, say like, man, what if I had, like, girl, what if this guy showed up with a red hat on? That would be so funny. Oh, yeah, that'd be funny, huh? You leave it alone, you go on about your day. Later on in the day, you guys go to the gas station and you see some guy with some funny red hat on, and you just like, what the fuck? But when it's something like this, oh, I wish I could have this shoe. Oh my God, I want those shoes so bad. Oh my gosh, I wish I could have, I wish I can afford them. You're not going to attract that as easy as you'll attract that. Usually we notice the things that we don't want and we affirm them, we get more of. So like, I don't want to be late for work. Like, please don't let me be late. Oh my God, I don't want to be late for work. You're so annoyed. You're so mad. You get late for work. But if it's something you really want, because there's an attachment, it's like a strong attachment to something, you don't want to let it up. You want it so bad. You're not freeing that energy to flow. You're not allowing it to flow and do what it's supposed to do to come back. So, law of attraction works. That's the key thing, is the attachment and the detachment. That's one of the biggest keys. There's more aspects of it that might be conflicting, but that's the main reason and purpose why it's not working. Right. Expectations, exactly, too. Expectations. Because you're still attached to it. It's enough to say I want it and repetitively say it and affirm it. It's also your belief too. If you don't really believe that what you want can happen, it's not going to happen. I can say all day, I want a cheeseburger. I want a cheeseburger. I'm affirming it. But in my mind, I don't believe I can have a cheeseburger, because I'm thinking about, oh, I might not have enough money to get a cheeseburger, or what if this and that conflicts me getting my cheeseburger? I'm thinking that in the back of my mind while I'm saying, I want this, I want this, I want that. You're doing it because you want a result to make it happen, rather than believing that it's so. Affirmations. And affirmations have to be said repetitively in a way that you're programming your mind to believe what you want. So I can say a prayer, but if I don't believe it, I can state this prayer all day, but if I don't believe that it's going to work, it's not going to work. No matter how many times I say it, it's not going to work. So sometimes you do have to program your mind competitively to believe what you're saying. The best affirmations are the one that you're stating as if it's already there and it's happening. But at first, you might not believe it. It might not seem realistic. But until you kind of get past that stage, it's enough to just visualize it too. You can't just expect the visualization to happen. You have to feel it. You got to believe it in your being that it's possible. So much so, sometimes you get lost and you feel like it's real. Like your imagination plays a big role in manifestation too. I can sit here and imagine I'm on a beach, but then in my mind I can go, well, here I'm in my room. That's not going to happen. That fucking visualization didn't work. That's how it works. That's how it works. A lot of, like, programming your mind is the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing ever. Binaural beats, they're good to make me go to sleep. I love binaural beats to go to sleep. But you know what? Actually, I take that back. Subliminal affirmations, like I said, when I watch Abraham Hicks, like I try to watch her and listen to her, it was kind of like boring to me. But when I like was just kind of glancing, paying attention to other things, but she was still in the background, then I caught on to what she was saying. So kind of subliminal programming a little bit. So maybe try that, or go to sleep with her on, or go to sleep with some sort of affirmations on, to where your mind is not in the way going, yeah, right, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. Yeah, right, this is stupid. It's not going to manifest. It's not going to come. That type of stuff. Because your mind tends to do that. Right. Money is definitely an energy. Whoever says something about they feel like they're losing money, I don't even know if you're still on the chat, but you said something like you feel like you're losing money. Discard your attachment to it. This is something I learned too with money. Like, I will be at my last and I know that I have to spend my last. It would make my stomach just cringe. Like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. But when I just released it and had that mindset that it's going to come back to me, Spirit would like, a client would double up what I just spent. Like, would send me money double time of what I just spent, worried about, oh, this is my last. I don't know how I'm going to, like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And when you detach from that, the energy comes back to you. Like, everything is like, it's like a currency. You get what you put out, pretty much. So everything is like an exchange of energy. Everything is a balance. Everything is polar opposite. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Detachment is the biggest thing, you guys, for real. Okay, I'll give you an example. This is something that used to annoy me. So every time I wanted to hear from someone specifically, I'd be like, you're waiting for this text to come in from this person. You're waiting for this phone call to come from this person. But everybody else but them is calling and texting you. Have you ever had that? But then when you, like, kind of forget about the other person and them calling you or texting you, they call you and hit you up. Has that ever happened to you? That's always happened to me. Free spirit, that's something like telepathy, and that's very possible. Yeah, abundance and prosperity is not just a financial aspect. It's an aspect, but it's not all money. Right. What was I going to say? Oh, can two people exchange energy by looking into one another's eyes without touching? It's kind of like telepathy. That's very possible. I believe that ancient communication started with telepathy. I don't think that it all started with verbalized, the way that we talk right now. I feel like this is a low dense way of communicating, or just the way that we have to communicate in this, or had another form of a way we had to in this 3D reality. But I do believe that telepathy is a strong communication first and foremost in anything. That's what I believe. It's very possible. It's a lot of things that we don't believe that are possible are the very things that are possible. We wouldn't be thinking it if it wasn't possible. This universe is so infinite. It's only in this little box right here that we think everything is this. When the universe is infinite, we can't put a box on it. Yeah, clairaudience, but sometimes, I don't know if you guys ever heard of heart-to-heart telepathy. It's not always mind to mind. It can be heart to heart. So it could be feelings and sensations from back and forth. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, or if you ever heard of heart-to-heart telepathy. Not always mind to mind. Um, Sense 8. I heard somebody reviewing that. Sense 8. I love eyes. I think eyes are one of the biggest things that I love on people. They don't have to be colored. They don't have to be all like, oh, they got green eyes. It's not always that. Something about people's eyes, I don't know what it is. I'm so weird. But like, I've seen a few people where I've just seen them and their eyes are just so, I don't know what it is. Like their stories and it's just so crazy. I love eyes. I'm so weird. But yeah, I do. Like, I just love people's eyes. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, you guys are probably like, shut up, if you guys know. But I had, like, the biggest crush on Michael Jackson when I was little. But his eyes are so beautiful to me. I don't know what it is. Even when he was little, like, something about him is so, I don't know. Sounds crazy. But he had, like, these big eyes. And they're just, oh, I just love eyes. I think they're so beautiful. Who else has beautiful eyes that I can explain what I'm talking about? Like, they're not, it doesn't have to be like colors and like a sexual look. It's like just something about someone's eyes. I don't know, it's weird. Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, he does. Boseman, I don't know. I can't think right now. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of people with like, I think it's people that have like these big expressive eyes in a way, like they're just revealing to you, like they're not all, squinted. Like that's sexy every now and then, but like a person that has like big eyes and just like bam. Mm. She said eyes have freaked me out. Wait, hold on, I gotta see this shit. Eyes have freaked me out before too. Oh. Yeah, they can be a little bit. Anyone from Black Panther? A Tupac. Oh yes, he did. He had like the pretty eyelashes too. Yeah, Tupac has beautiful eyes. Selena. Selena looks like, I might sound stupid. She looks like Shaka Khan to me, kind of. I don't know why. Nicki Minaj kind of looks like Shaka Khan too. I'm weird. That was so random. Aaliyah has beautiful eyes. Her eyes, they're not like snakes. I don't want to say that, but they kind of have like a snakish shape to them. Aaliyah had pretty eyes too. Oh, Left Eye had, her eyes were innocent to me. I don't know why. Like she had these innocent eyes. She did. Just like really, like, it's those eyes that just like, they just look at you. There's nothing to hide behind them. I don't know. It's so weird. See, if I had, because I love babies too. I love looking at babies' eyes. Looking directly at babies. But, if I had a partner, they'd probably be freaked out by me. Because I love eyes. Especially if I love your eyes. I'm going to stare in your eyes. Because I love them. I love them. See, look at how cute. Look at her eyes. She's like, let me show you. You can't really see it. It won't let me, like, open it. Because I'm on YouTube, or, hold on. Look how her eyes, they're so, and like babyish or angelic to me. They're big and it's like just there in your face. That's what I mean by like eyes like that. But yeah. That's a weird topic that we were just on. I'm so weird. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so weird, y'all. Can they stop making all these iPhones? Like, I swear. Like, please stop. Yeah. Plus size is dope. Like, mm-mm. So I feel like babies know all the answers. They always say like babies can connect with spirit. Like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, like, babies, they just look at things and they just kind of look around and they smile. I feel like in a state that they haven't even been conditioned or programmed. They're just here, they open, they see everything, they feel everything. I believe that. Because if you look at babies, some of them look like they've been here before. My little cousin, how old is he about to be? I think he's about to be 1 or 2. I think he's about to be 2 years old. And, like, he just looks like he just knows and he's just here. Like, it's so weird. Before we start conditioning them and programming them, I feel like they're at their purest essence spiritually. Yes, I do believe that. With the hard face. No, he's not a hard faced baby. It's just like, if you look at a baby's eyes, they just, certain babies might have never been here before and they're still exploring and they're still connecting to things around them. But some babies are kind of just like, they know, they look at you in a certain way. You just have to pay attention. You just have to pay attention. Yeah, because, like, my little sister, she did not want this one, my mom's friend, she never wanted her to pick her up. She just did not like her energy. She could feel maybe certain things about her that she didn't like, or, but my little sister, when she was a baby, she never wanted this girl to pick her up. Like, she never did. Like, she was always crying. She'd get real upset. Like, some babies just can feel energies, and they're just like, nah, not you. Mm-mm. So pay attention to that. If you have a child or you know someone around you, a family member that's a child, and they never want this person to look at them, touch them, pick them up, yeah. Yeah, it's so cute, especially when they just look around and they're laughing, they're smiling, they're communicating with something. And when they're in their sleep, you might see them smirk or smile every now and then. Yeah, yeah, babies are like pure connections. Yeah. We've all been that baby, but within time we get programmed what's good, what's bad, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. And that's where we kind of lose that essence to connect with spirit in a way. And I feel like people are slowly waking back up to their spiritual gifts, because we all have spiritual gifts. They're just different from the next person. They're not all the same. My ability to see spiritual beings kind of dwindled a little bit to where I can only see sparkles and I can only see certain little things here and there. But when I was little, I used to be able to see actual figures. I can't do that anymore. At least not right now. I can't. You want a baby? Oh, I want a baby. Um, I was highly spooked when I was pregnant. I was always in fear. And that could be because I was too aware of energies around me in my house, because I had too many different people in my house at the time. I was living with my mom, and I had family staying with us too. And it was just a lot going on. The relationship I had with my daughter's father at the time was like up and down, back and forth. So I wasn't in my right state. And the only sanity I had was connecting with her. So it'd be talking to her, singing to her, going on walks, buying stuff for her until she got there. But I never slept in my room by myself unless her dad spent the night with me. I could never sleep in my bedroom by myself. I was always scared. Um, and if he wasn't there, I would always have to sleep in my mom's room with her, because I was always in fear. I was so spooked out in my pregnancy. It was the weirdest thing. Like, it was so weird to me. Um, but yeah. That was a tough pregnancy. I'm not gonna lie. I had a preemie baby for one. That was another thing that I had to deal with. It's just a very stressful time. Like, yeah, it was hard. So it wasn't all light and fluffy and beautiful and, no. No. Yeah, if any of you guys have new babies or you haven't had a baby yet and you will have one, don't program them as much as possible. Don't try to form them into something. Just kind of allow them to be themselves. Of course, you want structure and you want your kids to know, discipline and how to. I feel like our parents, they meant us well. They didn't mean to program us in the way that they did, like behavioral, like this is right, this is wrong, you shouldn't do this, don't say that. Like certain parents that didn't allow you to speak your truth. Maybe they told you you were lying, like stop telling lies, or you better not be lying to me. When they do that, that kind of stifles your throat chakra from ever speaking. Um, I don't know why. Okay, well, for one, why I was spooked through my pregnancy, I went to go see that stupid Paranormal Activity movie, which I shouldn't have done. Um, and I think the reason why it really scared me, if I would have known that it was fake, because I went in the movie thinking that it was real. I didn't know that it was fake. I thought it was a real movie. I know that's stupid, but I thought it was real. And everybody was spooked. Everybody that I went, my friend, my cousin, her boyfriend, we all went to go see it, and we all came home. Well, her boyfriend wasn't really scared, but all of us were like freaking scared. And we had to have my aunt come and pray in the house. It was so weird. But after that, like, I could not go in my room by myself. I couldn't sleep. So who knows? There could have been some energy in that house that I started picking up on stuff in that house. Because it was too many people coming in our house, too many energies. People just, it was just too much going on at the time. But yeah. Yeah, babies right now, they love crystals. My daughter loves crystals. Sometimes she likes to play with my cards. So I don't ever try to stifle that energy within her because you never know. She might have a gift in that way to where she wants to read with cards or she has connections to crystals. Like every kid in my family actually is into crystals. Like my little sister, the crazy one in there, she loves crystals. My cousins, the little babies even. My cousin's little girl, she's 3 now? 4. She's 4. She loved playing with my crystals. Sometimes she would steal them from me, so I just gave her her own at some point. I don't know what she did with it. Her bigger sister loves to collect rocks and crystals and seashells and stuff. So kids are more connected to these things. They don't have a filter. I think when I was growing up, I was scared to touch certain things because I was told that it was wrong because of my religion. So I was always interested in tarot cards, but I was spooked at the same time because I was taught that that was evil. It was of the devil. Don't do that. Um, I was always into witchcraft and voodoo, even though it's depicted on TV as being evil. And my grandma would tell me stories about people in our family that would do spells and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, she did this, and oh my God, and demonize it. But we have that gift in my family, and it's something that I just naturally gravitated to. But I was always taught that it was evil, so I was always scared. But yeah. Yeah, I had no business watching no scary movie pregnant. That was like really stupid. Oh, that's so sweet. He knows how to heal himself. Oh, oh, that's cute. Yeah, he could be a crystal child because he's like, shoot, I know which crystal to get when I got a little tummy ache. That's so cute. Yeah, right. It depends on the intentions of the practitioner. Correct. And that's what I tell my grandma. Like, yeah, there's some evil tarot card readers out there, but there's people that have good intentions too. And I've started giving readings to people who were skeptical in my family, like would never want to fucking touch a tarot card, and they see now that it's not that what they thought it was going to be. Like it's not that. So hmm. Wow. Gem sorcerer and gemologist. Hey, that's cool. I support you, Daria, in that. Dara. Oh, Joanne's interpretations. Yeah. Thank you, anime. We all are gifted in our own ways. But now that I've loosened most of my fear to certain things, I'm starting to see that certain things that I was scared of, especially like the occult, because like when I see it now, I'm like, I get it. So a lot of people don't get it. Occult energy or occult sciences, which is just hidden culture. That's all it means. But we were taught occult means this Illuminati shit and this evil stuff. But when you really look into things, it's kind of like if it interests you in a way, kind of look into it. There's a reason why, even if it doesn't make sense to you. Look into it, the history of it. Where does it come from? That doesn't mean you have to practice it, but it could be, okay, now I see where that's coming from. Like, I used to be all scared of, like, Lucifer and all this shit. But I could see on other cultures and things what Lucifer means and where it comes from. It might not be something I want to fuck with still, but it's still something that you could see different angles of different spiritualities and cultures and belief systems and all of that. So I never closed-minded anymore. I don't know. I'm not closed-minded anymore to stuff. Yeah. Who says that, Roma? Oh, your friend. Yeah. Spirituality is like so cool. Like it's just so many different aspects of it. When you're spooked and you're closed-minded, you don't really learn anything or you're not really open to see things. And that's why like I don't shun people for their religious beliefs because I get certain things. I can take good things and bad things out of everything. That's just with anything. Yeah, you do have to deprogram yourself because it doesn't come from you. It's coming from something somebody told you, what they were told, what TV depicts and stuff. Like, if we just go off of everything TV shows us and movies show us or what someone so said, we won't be like we would just live in fear. I do practice magic, for sure. I do. Um, I love playing with sigils. Sigil magic. You can't see it. It's an evil eye to protect my energy. Hoodoo, mostly. I would say I have my money candle for money, prosperity, things like that. I have my little love one for attracting my mate. I love candles. I'm a candle magic girl, mainly. I do like sigils. Um, but usually, though, I just do it to help myself. If I'm called to help someone else, I would have to ask them first before I do anything. I've manifested money. That's like my big thing. That's so easy. I guess because I'm a Taurus and I'm used to hard work and stuff like that. It just comes easy naturally to me. So that's not a problem. When it comes to love, I'll be honest with you. I think it's because I'm so attached to it that it's not as easy to come. Except for certain instances where if I just have like a simple intention, say, like with my ex, I'm like, okay, he's back. He's messaging me. He's apologizing to me. Okay, so if this is meant to be something that's working out, then I attract that. I go from there. I'm not that type that tries to force someone to be with me. I don't feel right doing that. So I could have been like, Spirit, I want to manifest us being together. But that doesn't feel right to me. So I like to take it one step at a time and just go, Spirit, let's manifest a meeting between us to where we can talk and see where things go. I'm more of that type of person. If I want to get to know a person, then I'm like, manifest, I would like to get to know this person. I want to manifest a friendship with this person. I'm never going to try to be like, I want this person to do this and A and be this and that. Trying to alter their energy and alter their personality. A lot of times, that shit to me backfires. But if you're just leaving a person as is and just saying, this is my intention, I want to know this person, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? Or I would like to manifest this vacation. I manifested a concert before, so because I missed it, so it was a Sango concert. I'm going to see Sango next month. So I missed it. I was so mad because my mom's boyfriend worked security at this one venue. And at that time, I guess he wasn't working that night, so he couldn't get me in. So I was so hurt and so mad. I'm like, Sango never comes out here. He's not going to come back. So I manifested Sango to come back. Sango is a music producer. So yeah, he has some dope beats. So yeah. What else? I've manifested a lot of events before. But these are the things that I just forget about and I detach. I'm never heavily focused on them, though. I'm never heavily focused on them. So those are my best manifestations. But when I'm like heavily invested in something, it takes a little bit longer to manifest. Dara, you're like the third or fourth person that told me I need to write a book. I can't see that, and I don't even know what the fuck I would write about. But it must be, I guess I need to take that as a sign, but I don't know what would I write about? I don't know. But yeah. Oh, that's sweet, Tweety. Yeah, I would start small. Like, if you don't believe in law of attraction or manifestation, start off with something you could care less about. Like, I want to manifest some rainbow nail polish. And randomly, because it's something that you're not really that invested in. So when it happens, then you can be like, oh, shit, it does work. I would do it that way. I don't know. A podcast? I don't know. I don't know what I would talk about. I feel like I'm put on the spot. I'm just playing. Yeah, but that's happened to me. Like, I said something about a pencil. I was actually telling my friend, like, try manifesting a pencil. And then, like, a day or two later, I found a number 2 pencil in the weirdest place in my kitchen. So that can happen. I mean, that's like a thing that it works. Like a sign to you that it works. Affirming to you that it works. I guess when it's like coming from me, I'm thinking from a place of like, I'm not a professional. I'm not experienced. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day something will come up. Shoot, I want to manifest $100,000. But what would you use it for? Like, what would it go to? That's the things you have to ask yourself. Um, One thing I can say, like my money spells, I have a goal and I have a reason why I need that money or why I want that money. So say for instance, I need $500 on my electricity bill by such and such date. That's more specific rather than just saying, give me $500. Okay? For what? But yeah, that helps. So yeah, for traveling, then that'll be your affirmation or that'll be your petition, your intention. Oh, always. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it all. it's just our limited thinking. If you have that seed of desire within you for something, it's already something that you can take and plant it. You don't necessarily have to. You got the seeds in your hand. You can say, I can have this person, I can have this in my life, I can travel here, I can go there, or I can travel this place, or I can go about it this way. It's so many different seeds that you can plant, but it's your free will choice what you're going to plant, right? What you're going to nurture the most. But yeah. Oh, wow. Well, that's amazing. I'm glad that I can do that for you, Jessica. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tweety. Don't, I know it. Don't just say you want to attract clients, because Spirit will be like, all right, here's all the clients in the world, and you'll get the good ones, the sweet ones, the appreciative ones. Then you get the, you owe me, you need to tell me, um, money schemers, because I done attracted all kind of clients now. So just be very specific. Just like, I want to attract the husband. Okay, you want a husband? All right. Well, okay. Here's the next guy in line. And you be like, what the? I don't want that. Be very clear. Be very, very clear. Yes. Yes. True. True tea. True tea. One of my friends told me, it was so funny. Was it my friend? No, it was a girl on YouTube. I was watching this law of attraction video, and she was talking about how her friend wanted to manifest some vacation time from work, like just time off from work where she can just rest. And she got her wish, but she wasn't so specific, because the rest that she got was bed rest, because she was sick with a terrible cold. So she got what she wanted, but it was like, okay, you're on bed rest. So Spirit hears us. They do. Right. I would say not. I want to manifest, like, okay, for instance, let's just say if you want to manifest a husband or wife, someone who is this, and that, and is my best friend, and it's cool, it's easy. Because some of us don't believe that we can have it that easy. We expect it to be some drama. We expect, like, I know I gotta settle for something dramatic, like he's gonna have a baby mama, or he's gonna be like a pothead, unless you don't mind it, unless you a pothead too. But I would say if he's a pothead, be a responsible pothead, because I've dated potheads that spend their last on weed, and that to me is just fucking stupid. So, you know what I mean. So just be specific. And you don't have to settle for bullshit. Like, be very clear. Yeah, sometimes, like, okay, this person might have some stank-ass feet or something. That's nothing you can't fix, right? You can fix funky-ass feet. But if he's a drug addict, you can go through some shit with that person. But what did my friend tell me? She put something into perspective for me. She had said something like, I have too many, like, different examples of what I'm trying to say. So say you do want to marry a specific person. Say it's your boyfriend and you want to marry him. Or this is your girlfriend. You want to marry this person. But you guys have issues. It's more like focusing on the fact that you want a better relationship. I want this problem to subside. Say your man is a crackhead. Excuse my language. But say he is hooked on drugs. Or she's hooked on whatever she's hooked on. You focus on the fact that you want your partner to heal. My partner's healed, or he is healing. He's bettering himself. If it be in his free will to heal and better himself. He's healthy. He's drug addiction free. Blah, blah, blah. Focusing on that. The more you are like, oh my God, like, he's on drugs. I don't know if it's going to work. I want to marry him, but he's on drugs. You keep affirming that. I'm not saying to not want someone who's on drugs, and I'm not telling you to want someone who's on drugs. It's all your free will. But I'm just saying, like, nothing is too hard to fix. But it's all about, I'm so retarded. But it's all about your intention. So where I'm going with this, okay, so This one friend, she's not really a friend. I would say she's an associate. Her best friend was dating a guy who was just a fucking cheater. They had kids together, and she wanted to marry him. So she prayed to God. This is her way of her manifestation. She prayed to God, her God, you know, whatever. She was praying and she was telling God, I want him to marry me. I want him to be healed from cheating. I want him to be faithful to me. I want him to be a good man. And surely but surely, they're married. Do I know that he's not cheating on her? No, I don't know that for sure. I can't validate that. But according to this associate, he's a good man. They married each other and all this shit. So, not to say that it's not possible. Now, on the flip side of this is the person that you just got a crush on. You can try to manifest this person to be with you. You can try that. I'm not saying you can't do it. But know that it's not always going to work because somebody else's free will is involved. So as long as you know that and you respect that, that's cool. And it's not to say that it won't work. Because it can work. But my go-to thing is if I've ever been attracted to somebody, my thing is I would like to attract getting to know this person better, because let's be real, I might not really know you like that. You might not be the man of my dreams like I'm thinking you could be in my head. Might not be that. So I'd rather get to know the real you. So let me manifest getting to know you as a person, whether that be somebody that you know telling me about you, or I'm reading up on you, or I'm watching you, because I'm a fucking lurker. I lurk at everything. There's this meme about my friend, when my friend asked me, I don't know too much about him, I don't know his social media, and I put my detective glasses on or whatever. I'm that friend. I like to investigate shit. So my own shit, I'm lurking. You better believe I'm looking at shit. So that's one of the ways. But it could also be a one-on-one meeting where you guys are friends, or you get to know each other better, or who knows what can come out of it. Then you can say from that space, okay, this is the person that I want to be with, potentially marry, if that's where you're at and at this point. But just from, like, me personally, that's my go-to if I want to attract a specific person. I want to get to know you first. Because I don't know, you could be crazy. And then if I'm manifesting you, if all happens that way and the universe matches us up to be married, I could be fucking miserable. Right. So, and Tweety, you're very much right. We do have to be in a state of love within ourselves, first and foremost. Yeah, that is the truth. Right. And then another thing that I was picking up from my friend last night, because she's like, when is my husband coming? I just want my husband. And it's like, okay, we're asking for husbands and wives, but are we really ready? And I really believe that spirit will test you, because we're only looking at the sweets, like the sweetie. I sound like Cardi B at that point. It's funny. The sweet stuff. Like, we're only looking at the waking up together and the love making, as she said, and having the babies, and we think about that, but little do we think about the parts where this person might have personality traits that could potentially annoy the fuck out of you, or the fact that you might have to give up your freedom. Some people like me, I like to sleep in the bed like this, all in the bed. So I'm gonna have another person lying next to me, and I have to give that up. You have to give up your free time in some instance, especially when babies come into the equation. You think it's all cute. Oh, we got a baby together. Let's go have on a baby. Then when the baby comes, no more being able to go to sleep when you want to go to sleep. He can't just get up and leave when he want to go somewhere. You can't do the same. You might have to sacrifice some girls' nights and boys' nights out. All of that has to go into your mind. So are you really dedicated? That's why a lot of people get divorces, because they go in thinking that it's a Cinderella story. You can have the Cinderella story too, but no, you also got to do the Snow White. You got to clean up too. You got to, or the Cinderella aspect where she got to clean up and do the work. The high hoeing and shit. The Doris got to go to work still. So it's not all just about Prince Charming coming to save your ass. It's not all about that. Or you coming to save the princess. Sometimes it's work. It is work. The old school people will tell you that's why they're still together, because they know what it takes. They didn't come from the microwave, iPhone, Samsung, Gmail, Instagram age. They didn't come from that era. They come from an era where they dial phones like this. It's not instantaneous. I fucked the number up. Hold on. Let me call this person back. They come from that age. They come from, I gotta fine tune the radio to find the baseball game. They don't come from an age where they can just go love and hip hop. They don't come from that. So us, we want everything like this. So it's hard work. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for love? Other than that, no. Marriage isn't real. I feel it's tainted. I don't think that it's not real. Our societal programming of what marriage should be is all fucked up. I don't believe we own another person. Till death do us part should be a choice. You can say, I want to be in a union with this person. I want to walk this path with this person. But there's no guarantee that we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. Whether that be we die early or whether that be we naturally just separate. Of course you can state and your intention be that we spend the rest of our lives together. That can be your intention. But there's contracts on everything. So who knows if it's going to last forever. So marriage to me, all of that, I own you shit, you're mine, till death do us part. It sounds scary. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? It sounds scary. So, husband, let me rephrase that. Life partner. I already stated my intention. Spirit knows what I'm asking for. I'm not into all that. Let's say yes to the dress, all that phony shit. I'm not into all of that. That's not what I'm looking for. I want someone that I can still walk my own personal path and they walk their own personal path and we share it together. It's all good. You're your own person. I'm my own person. Know that I love myself first and foremost more than I love you. I have to, because if I loved you more than I loved myself, what would I have to give to you? What would I be able to bring to the table to anybody if I just loved another person more than I love myself? That's like with your kids. We want to say we love our kids more than we love ourselves, but we have to love ourselves more than we love our kids in order to be there for our children. Because it doesn't make sense to say that. And it's sick if any man tells you he loves you more than he loves himself. Like, okay, well, you don't really love me. It's conditional. Because you don't even love yourself. So how can you love me? So I just want to break free of codependency. Because a lot of marriages are based off of codependent energies. And it doesn't make sense. Marriage is definitely energetic. I've heard many different aspects of it. But my perception of marriage and what I'm looking for, my own meaning and energy of marriage is what I intended for. Some people say marriage is when you lay down with a person, you have sex with a person. Very well could be that. There's so much different aspects into it. Better not to get married. Make your own marriage vows, y'all. Whatever marriage means to you, make it that. Because society can tell you what marriage is, but to me, it don't look like it's working. So, right. We don't own our babies. We don't. We're here to bring them up. But then at some point, we don't own them. We don't own anything in this life. So to say that another person, you own him, I'm sweating. To say that you own him or her, that's twisted as fuck. It sounds scary to me. Ooh, girl, right. A lot of us would be married to a lot of people. But I've heard that before. that's somebody else's perception of marriage. We all have our own, and I would like to think we have our own perception of true love and what marriage is. Make your own rules, for real. I have mine. I already set my intention. I know what I'm looking for. So that's about it. Yep. You gotta put the clink clink on it, Dara. Put the clink clink, the lockdown on it. But yeah. 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 So, are you really ready for what you're asking for? Or are you just asking for it? Or is your plate too full? Is your stomach too full? And you still asking for cake, cheesecake, when you know you can't fit it into your plate right now, your tummy? It's kind of how you have to look at certain things. Are you ready for what you're asking for? If it's not coming, not necessarily doesn't mean that you're not ready. It could be multiple things, different aspects is why it's not coming. But some of what you're asking for may be because you're really not ready for it. Like you're trying to rush the timing on it. In some cases. There could be other factors too. Right. I agree, Cynthia. I agree with the marriages lacking the spiritual aspect. I can't lie, though. I mean, there's an aspect of me that does like to be single. Everything has to be a vibrational match. So if it's not ready, then you ain't ready. If you're not ready, then it's not ready. What was I going to say? Yeah, but I do like being single, though. Like, not in a way like, oh, I just get to, hey. No, I like my space. Like, it sounds so contradictory, but I do like to be alone. I do. Like, I guess because as an older child, I was, like, old. I would still play with my brothers and stuff, and my little sister wasn't born yet. So it was just me, and I had my own room all the time. I like to play with my Barbies, listen to my music by myself, read and write and stuff. I'd be in my own space. So I'm always used to being by myself. I'm kind of like a loner too. Like I would always have like a clique of people, but then I would be cool with separating from them and just being by myself. There were times in school where I was like, why am I always by myself? And I would beat myself up for it. But most of the time, I like being by myself. I do. But there's a time where you want someone, but even then, I would think I would want my space. I really do. Yeah, so I do enjoy my space. I would just hope that, it's a cool departure. You don't have to see each other every day for it to be real. You don't have to call each other every day for it to be real. It's kind of like you just know. You just kind of know. You're cool where things are. You're cool where it's at. That's what I want. Because I really do like my space. After a while, I get annoyed by being surrounded by too many people all the time. Yeah. Girl, there's always toys. There's always toys. So it's not like men are a necessity in that sense. The sexual aspect, I think most women, they're not really all caught up in the sex aspect anyway. But I do feel like you have to be in love with your own self. And that comes with time and practice, especially if you hate each other or you hate certain aspects about yourself, or you have a codependent energy you have to break. I don't feel like that's a good energy to try to manifest a love partner, because you're going to manifest somebody that's going to break you out of that codependency, or at least try to help you get out of that energy. So that's probably why I've been single for so long. Like, I've dated in between, and it never really works out because it's just not right, I guess, in a sense. But in a way, they're all divinely meant to happen, because they kept showing me things that I needed to heal and that I wasn't really ready for what I was asking for. So thank God for those situations. But for the most part, I've been single. I haven't been in a serious relationship in over 4 years. 4 years. My longest relationship was 6 years. And I've been pretty much single. Toys are gross. Hey. I don't, okay, this is getting a little bit too much TMI. I had toys every now and then. I don't have one that I'm just like, oh, I just got a toy. Like, every now and then I think about it. But you don't really need toys. But they're there. I'm just giving you an option. They're there. Okay? So don't feel weak like you got to have somebody because you got that little urgency. Just take care of that little urgency, and I swear that feeling like you got to go find something, it'll go away. Not jelly sticks. I'm weak. Not jelly sticks. I'm so weak. I'm so done with y'all. Mm-mm. I'm done with the jelly sticks. No, you didn't. What about the rabbits? I'm just the rabbits or the butterflies. I'm done. Y'all have me weak right now. You definitely came in at an awkward time. I'm just saying. Ooh. Okay. What's spiritual prostitution? I'm kind of like, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. Can you break that down? Right. Date yourself. I can understand. Of course, you want the flesh part of it, or you want to feel that real energy exchange. But if it's just that little, you just got to get that scratch itch real quick. It's just, that's very interesting. I've heard some. I mean, nothing amazes me anymore. I'm just like, okay, well, let me hear, because I'm interested. So nothing. I don't know. I haven't heard it all. You'll never hear it all. You know. Really, I don't have nothing to share on that. I mean, I have takes on it, but I don't have any. I don't feel like I have enough experience sexual to be like. So no. Yeah, definitely nothing new under the sun, and you'll never hear enough, learn enough, see enough. You just never know. What's I don't have the, I can tell you certain experiences that I've had that I can put into spiritual. Okay. That makes sense. So, Shari, are you into like sex magic and stuff like that? Because from top to bottom, chakra opening, cleansing, and balancing. Oh, that's dope, actually. Okay. I think I get what you're saying and where you're going with it. That's pretty dope. I don't know if too many people are into that, but as far as what I've studied, I haven't actually implemented it. Well, no, I take that back. Anyway, do you feel like you have to do it first with yourself? Like practice sex magic on your own before adding a partner or partners, because some people like to add more motherfuckers in the equation, or chakra rubs. You have one, Dara? I've seen those before. So yeah, Shari, so like, can you do it on your own? Because some people, this is just my belief on it. Like, I feel like you should be able to heal sexually within yourself first, and then start adding other partners in it. Because, of course, sex is healing anyway, and it could also be detrimental to you, too. The other thing about it with sex magic, some people use the love energy aspect to manifest, and some people use that lustful lower energy to manifest too. I think who is it? Aleister Crowley, he uses the lustful aspect of sexual magic, the orgies and all that other extra shit. Then there's sex magic where it has to be heart to heart. It has to be a love energy. It has to be a space of like unconditional love, a freedom that comes with that connection with that person. But I feel like you can do it on your own too. That's just what I believe. I bet they are. Tantra, no. Take out of the concept of Tantra. Because what Shara is saying sounds like Tantra to me. Sex magic is more of manifesting, to me, manifesting things, reaching higher realms sexually. That's how I see sex magic. Tantra to me is like the healing aspect of it. That's how I see it, at least. That's how I see it. We all got our own take on shit. But I would definitely look up sex magic. That's something I've always been interested in. I don't know why. Maybe I was into sex magic in a past life. But that's something that always interests me. Like, for real. Shamans. Shaman. Just playing. But I've always been interested in that. I gotta finish this one YouTube video I was watching. It was pretty interesting. Okay. I'm with that too. Not the hippier. Ooh, see, I've never heard of all this. What's this? The Nuru. Not the hippier, the one that's springy love and spirit. Oh. I'm so retarded. But I get you though. I'd be like, nah, this is too new agey for me. Like you slow your roll. This is too much for me. You doing too much. This is too new agey. Your name, what is this shit? I guess Walu Child is kind of hippie-ish in a sense, because technically it means flower child. So it does sound hippie-ish. But yeah, like, peace and blessings to Ganesh. Yeah, some of that to me is doing too much. I think people, I don't know if everybody's a scammer that's like that, because I've met some people like that. I'm kind of like, I don't know. But it could just be they just so in love with their spirituality and they just are happy with this shit. But in some instances, it is kind of uncomfortable. Like, what, like, okay, you're doing too much. Did you balance your chakras today? Like, no, I did not. Not today. I'm weak. But yeah, it's too much. It's doing too much. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, my name, Walu, like, not too many people know what that means, but because I was a toddler. So according to my relatives, when I was a baby, I like to talk to stuff. I like to talk to skies and shit. So I guess I was a mini hippie when I was a baby. I like to talk to shit, elements and flowers. So flowers was my thing, I guess. So I didn't know how to pronounce flowers. So I would pronounce them as Walus. So that's where Walu Child comes from. That's where Walu comes from. And then I learned that Walu in Hawaiian means 8. And the infinity symbol in number 8 means something to me significantly. So it just kind of lines up that way, I guess. But no, I'm so weak at the shaman hippies. I've met a few. And I can't say that they're all phony, because they're real cool. I think they're just real loving. Like, they'll give you hugs. And I'm not used to that. Like, I gotta open up more, because I do have a fear of intimacy, too. So that's something I'm healing and working on. But when they were reaching to hug me, I automatically went to shake their hand. I noticed I do that a lot. And that makes me feel bad. But, yeah. Pornography. I'll hold off on the pornography. I think I can go into that a little deeper, but that's gonna take up too much time. Do I hug trees? I used to. I love trees. I'm a tree person. I love them. I think there's something about them. Not black, Snow White. I'm weak. Uh, what were you looking up to find me, Dara? But yeah, I love trees. My god sister, she made me laugh because she was like, I just think trees have personalities. Every time I go on a walk, I'd be like, this tree was a dancer in their past life because the way that they're moving. This tree must have been so and so and did this and this and that. It's so funny. Oh, I was recommended. YouTube I thought YouTube was like trying to sabotage me or something. Like they don't recommend me. They don't like my content. I'm not spinning enough bullshit for them or something. I don't know. Like, we're not gonna promote this bitch because she's not shooting off the fluffy stuff. I'm just playing. But nah, for real, YouTube. I think y'all be trying to play me sometimes. Especially after I did this one celebrity reading. I think it was like Wendy Williams. Somebody must have didn't like what they heard, and like ever since then I feel like my videos have been monitored when I stream. Like shit. Who knows? I think so. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm so weird. I used to collect birds, or not birds, bugs when I was little. I had like a little book. It was like a poem book my mom gave me. It was like mom and daughter poems or something. So it kind of had like this natural feel to it. It had tree branches in it and stuff. So I would put bugs in there. Like I would find the weirdest, because I live in the desert, mind you. So the bugs and stuff that's out here is ugly. Some of them are really weird. Some of them are really big, like as big as my nail. Like weird beetles. They would have like rainbow colors on them. Like they would just be weird. And I would take them with me and put them in my book. Like they were dead, of course, but I put them in my book. So I had an obsession with bugs, but now as an adult, when I go out in nature, I'm always like, oh, don't touch me, and all that stuff. That's how I am. I'm like an itchy person, but I used to collect bugs, but I'm just like an itchy person. Like I do not want to be touched. Don't touch me. That's how I am. Yeah. What you mean real porn? Like the home videos? Home video. Oh yeah. I mean, the porno industry is like on some crazy shit. Like I don't know about you, but like you can't really look at porn the same because you could tell when people are faking. Like it's like a girl that's faking an orgasm. I know some women have done that. I don't know. Have you guys ever done that? I think when I was too young to really know about sex and really be into it and feel it, I did kind of fake because I didn't know if it was feeling good or if it wasn't. That sounds so stupid, but I didn't know. So I would just, ooh, they do? Oh, wow. How would they know? They go on your phone and they kill you? But yeah, so it's like, it's very fake and you could tell, like, that it's just dumb to me. And I think that on a basic level, not spiritual, but because I can take spiritual or porno into a spiritual aspect too, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of like a mundane level. So with the like men and women, they have a perception of how sex is supposed to be based off of pornos. So it's all of this and the fake baby talk and saying all this stupid shit, and it just seems so stupid. So I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Not Judge Mathis. What are y'all talking about, Judge Mathis? I'm done, y'all. Hold on. I'm late to the party. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about now? I'm weak. What is... Okay, I don't know. Does he still come on? Because I used to like him and what was that lady's name? Not Judge Judy. It was Judge Hatchett. They had me so weak because they don't have no filters. Judge Mathis be calling people out. Does he still come on? I'm weak. Not Roseanne. What are y'all talking about? I'm so late. Yeah, porn it's fake. I mean, it's a movie production. So, of course, it's like, it's got to have the theatrics in it. But, yeah, I think it's kind of warped men's perception of how they're supposed to do it. And women have a perception of how they're supposed to do it and how they're supposed to receive it. And, I mean, all that is cool every now and then. Like, the beating it up and stuff. That's cool every now and then. But who wants that all the time? Like, that's just too much. Like, it's almost disrespectful to the body, it's disrespectful to the body. So, I feel like, I mean, it's cool every now and then to go to the lower vibration of sex, but all the time, nah. Yeah. It is desensitizing. Yeah, it is. And it's so what's the word? Because I don't know if everybody's heard the term digmatized or pussy whipped, right? We've all heard that. For as a woman, I can't speak for the men what pussy whipped is to them because I can't. I don't know what goes through you and what the woman does to fuck you up like that. I don't know. We could say, oh, she's got good, or she does something. It could be that, but I'm not a man. I don't have a penis, so no. But as a woman, not swallow. But as a woman and with a vagina, I know what it's like to be digmatized. And I feel like a lot of what they're doing, as someone said, it's desensitizing to you with this beat it up stuff. It's doing something to your brain. It's reprogramming you. And I talked about that a little bit, like my take on beating it up. And when they say hitting the bottom, they're tapping into your spinal cord, and then therefore it's an energy that goes to your brain, and it desensitizes you. It really does. Even if this man does not mean to program you with his dick, he is. That's real shit. Y'all can debate me on that. If you would like, it's cool. But that's digmatization for you right there. I'm just saying. Some men know what they're doing, whether it be subconsciously. That's why I said you gotta be careful who you lay down with, because there's some wizard niggas out here too. Excuse my language. There's men out here that no. Celebrity underrated on YouTube, Judge Mathis. Okay, I'm gonna find it. Okay, that makes sense. Um, yeah. So some men know what they're doing to program women. Because when I put out that video about what it means to be digmatized, I had some man. Obviously, he copped a little attitude because I must have exposed something that he be doing to women. Because some men know what they're doing. They know that if they hit a certain spot, it's gonna make a woman submissive to them, believe everything he says and he does, even if they know he's full of shit. They'll still go off of it. All he has to do is go in the room and program her again, and she's dumbfounded. That's all that has to happen. And of course, there's those succubuses out there too that know what to do to get her man to submit to her and be all up under her spell. I see that too. So I'm not just coming at men's head. I'm coming at the men that are in the wrong. And I'm coming at the women who use their pussy power for bad, because there are some out there. Some of them, that's all they know because they've been molested, they've been traumatized as a child, so they use sex as a weapon. Some of them use it for money. Some women just do it to just fuck with people. But yeah, that's why I say sex is very powerful. It's a spiritual act. And like Shari said, we it's definitely been demonized and fucked. How do I make my brand my own? I don't think my brand is Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon, but it's not about Sailor Moon. Self-love is the key to everything, girls. The key to everything. It does? Well, I mean, I love Sailor Moon, so I can't help it. But, yeah, it's the key to everything. Self-love. If you don't got it, you're just out here like a tree branch standing in the wind. Just... Girl... It should be equal. Submissive and domination, I feel like it's all about, I feel like with balance, submission and dominance should be 50-50. Just like you can't be completely feminine all the time and you can't be completely masculine all the time. You got to find your balance. And both submissive and domination can be out of balance too. Like you can use it in a low vibrational way and you can use it in a high vibrational way. So it just depends, because we can be in our lowest vibration as a feminine energy and as a masculine energy, but we can also be in a high vibration as a masculine and feminine energy. It's also about who you submit to. Some men and women are not meant to submit to. Not everybody is worthy of that. And when you look at submission, we look at it in a way that we're weak or that we are allowing to be taken advantage of, but submission really is respect in a sense. So not every man and woman deserves your submission, and not every person is deserving of being in a dominant position either. So it just depends on the person. That's why you have to be very mindful of who the fuck you lay down with and who you even get in a relationship with, because you can submit to the wrong man and be all fucked up. So, or the wrong woman and be all fucked up. Just depends. Not a beta male, an alpha male. Yeah. So, yeah. My goodness. Whew. It's hot in here. So I don't see dominance or submission as bad necessarily. Right. That's what, when people speak of, yeah, because there is a lot of boys walking out here and a lot of little girls, but a lot of it is wounding. A lot of it is wounding. There's nothing wrong with sexual energy, not at all. Sexual energy can be good or it can be bad. It can be healing or it can be the thing that drains you, the thing that takes away from you. Because sexual energy gives forth life, right? It's also a creative energy. It's kind of like the Ace of Wands, right? That's how I see it. The Ace of Wands looks like a phallus symbol, but it's like an energy of something that can be created. It's an inspiration. It's a passion that's ignited. What you do with it, that's up to you. What you do with it. So it's up to you. So if you got a lot of sexual energy and you got that healing sexual energy, pass that around. Pass it around. Oh. Yeah, I can see that. It could go one or two ways though, Shari. With women, we are more receptive to healing than men, I feel, because men, they have that, and that's a part of the distorted aspect of the masculine energy, which feels like I can't cry. It's weak for me to cry. It's weak for me to feel anything. It's weak for me to say I need or I want something. So they might have a more harder time with being receptive to the fact that they need healing, because a lot of us, men or women, we go through trauma. We got so much healing to do. Like, there's so many of us out here that has little wounded little boys and girls in us, and we don't know how to work through that. We don't even know that we have these inner child wounds. So I feel sex can be a very beautiful healing thing if you're receptive to that. A lot of people have to be consciously aware of sex. It's not just an act of pleasure and getting off. It's not just that. It's not for that only. I mean, that's there. Obviously, we wouldn't be feeling that if it wasn't for us to take that energy, but that's not all it is. You know, that's not all it is to it. Yeah. Um, what advice would you give someone for sexual healing? I would, me personally, I would start on your own. Heal yourself sexually. Like, look into that. Um, yeah, okay. Who is that author? I just go off. I just bounce off of walls like a hyper child. But something comes to me, I have to say it. I think it's, oh my gosh, Edgar Allan Poe, I believe. He said that he would, like, use his sexual energy to create stories. So there's so many ways you can use your sexual energy to create, to inspire you. Um, Zayn, in her context, she literally uses sex as an inspiration. But him is like when he would feel like, you know, I guess his little manhood would feel something, or he would look at a woman, or there would be a woman around or something. He would use that energy rather than beating his meat off, which he probably did, but in a way he was using it to find stories or to create stories, or he could use it in your mind too, because one thing that I learned about some sexual practices for manifesting and using it for creative energy, you can't release the energy. You got to hold on to it, and in that space is where it's the most powerful. So you can't ejaculate basically. So it's like use that energy, sexual energy, as it rises, but you cannot lose that, because once you release, you lose that creative power at that moment. So that's why I use the Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands is ignited, but it hasn't actually been formed into anything yet. It's an inspiration for now. It hasn't actually been abstracted. Like the Ace of Wands to me would potentially be like you just released everything. Like it just goes wherever. But you have to know where your intention is, pretty much. At that highest state of desire, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Trying to remember instincts where I've tried this before. Because I'm going to be honest with you, it takes discipline. It takes discipline because your flesh wants to get it out. Like, I got to get it out. But the key is to not let it out. Don't lose that energy. Like, you want it to come out. Hold it. That's discipline. Try it. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's not easy. Pretty much. Who's been traumatized, raped, suicidal, loss of a child? Probably a lot of people than you realize. Yep, you cannot tap out. You gotta stay in there. Like, hold on, hold it, hold it. Yeah, it takes a lot. That takes a lot of discipline, I'm telling you. Don't lose that seed. Man, how did we get into this topic? I'm weak. That's funny, though. Yeah, it's cool. My favorite book is The Coldest Winter Ever. It's so, like, you can't stop reading it. Some people like suspense novels. Some people like Harry Potter. I'm just playing. But I love The Coldest Winter Ever. And I didn't finish. It's like not the sequel to it, but it was like about her little sister. I only read half of that book. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't as nearly as addicting. Yes, it's by Sister Soldier. It wasn't nearly as addicting as The Coldest Winter Ever. Like, The Coldest Winter Ever, I read it twice. So I gotta find that book somewhere. I gotta find it. Because that's my shit. That's one of the books I can say that I really could read again. True to the Game. I've heard of that. Who was that? Whose birthday? Oh. It's Taurus season. Happy birthday. I know that was so random. Okay. I will be honest with you. I'm not really good at checking my Facebook. So I will do that. But yeah. I'm not a Facebook person. Push by Sister Soldier. Okay, so someone said True to the Game, Push. I have to put this, hold on, I gotta put it in my phone. I'm so hungry. It's 4 o'clock. Oh my gosh. No, I have not been on here that long. Oh my goodness. My stomach's growling. I hope y'all probably hear that. Push by Sister. Come on, phone. What was the sequel to the Little Sister story of Sister Soldier, the part 2 of Winter, The Coldest Winter Ever? What was that one called? What is it called? The music video by what's her name? Secret. I love Martin. That's one of my favorite shows ever that was ever ever made. It's one of my favorite shows. I wouldn't necessarily yes or no. It could be, but it could just be that, well, if you guys are in the same proximity, I feel like that's a given. Sometimes you can pick up sexual energy that somebody's sending to you. Maybe they're doing it like they're not conscious that they're doing it. But most of the time, like, if somebody's the object of your desire, that's where that's coming from. It doesn't necessarily have to be that this person's sending it to you. But if y'all in the same proximity, I would say that that energy is like, you know? Yeah. Sexual energy is powerful. Did somebody leave? Shari. All right. Have a good weekend. She probably dipped already. That's interesting. All right. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to tap out of this mug. This was a long video. I doubt anybody's going to come back and watch this one because they're like, just get to the point. But, alright. Am I going to find me some eats? Maybe some of my leftovers are still in there if my sister didn't eat it all. But, alright, you guys. Peace. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys are fun as usual. I love the talks that we have. The Isis reading. Is it the healing energy reading? Is that what you're talking about, Dara? Tacos? No. Pizza? No. I made some pasta. I made some chicken and shrimp pasta. So if my sister didn't eat it all up, that's what I'm going to get. All right, it was good hanging out with y'all too. I'll try to do these more often. It just depends on how I feel, what's going on and stuff. If I have time to do it, and if it's quiet like this, because my daughter is not here and it's very quiet. She's not here unless she's asleep. Those are the best times to do my readings, when she's asleep. But she's not here right now, so it's quiet. So I'll try my best. All right. Have a happy Saturday. Peace.